Hoffman, we got you covered, buddy.
Oh, this is so close.
The final round, this time Stone Cold Steve Austin takes the measure of the champ. Sports would like to win 12 this year.
You guys like burnouts? Derek Kramer likes burnouts. I mean, Derek Kramer really likes burnouts.
Backing him up. He says, that's it. You're going to go back and go to the penalty box for a little while.
Just because they're so dang sexy and they're so cool. I was hooked from day one.
Rick's taking a seat. I got all the time in the world, boys.
Warren Johnson got your first win at this racetrack. The professor, did you take that young man to school? Did you plan on doing that?
Well, it took so long I had to sip a Powerade first.
Although did make his best run of the weekend with that 666.
Jackie Forrest is on his feet.
Bitching, huh? Is this live?
Close enough.
Sorry, Hoffman, we got you covered, buddy.
Oh, this is so...
We sucked. Yeah, you can't even say we sucked.
If you want that money, be double out. And if you want that trophy, take double out. And if you want to be a winner, be double out. And if you want to be a champ, take double out. Be double out, take double out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the BE00TAKE00 Show, and I am your co-host, the PJ North, back. But we've got a special guest. But before we bring in the special guest, how about my favorite person and y'all's favorite person, Tyler Bohannon. Tebow, welcome back. How you feeling, baby?
Am I anybody's favorite person?
Yeah, well, I mean, some days.
I'm your favorite person.
I'm about to really mess everybody up here in a second because I got the cameras backwards. Everybody's getting switched here. I just realized now that I had it backwards. We got it fixed now. Nobody, Troy didn't even say nothing. Nobody said nothing to me.
I didn't notice.
Don't worry, I got it fixed. You made it home. You're in one piece, right?
Yeah, it took me a nap today for
5
most
hours,
of the day.
and you're back, baby, live and well.
I am. I've got some trail. I woke up 12 minutes ago. I got a Diet Coke, some trail mix, some nicotine, and I'm ready to rock.
My guy's ready. And in the middle, he is one half of the most handsome podcast in drag racing. The better half, some days say. I don't know, man. Right now, Parker's got me looking fresh with my hat, so he might be the better half. We're going to find out. But he is Troy in Oregon, Troy Abercrombie. Troy, what's good, baby?
What's up, fellas? Just got on solid ground here not too long ago. Made the trip home from the airport and getting settled in at home.
Yeah, man. We were.
Well, we haven't spent enough time together the last 6 days.
I figured
so,
let's do it one more time.
Yeah, I'm in. I never get enough.
It's kind of weird to be like here now from such a long distance, and we woke up within feet of each other in Michigan this morning.
Literally, and now we're 3,000 miles apart, 2,100 or 2,200 or something like that apart.
Did y'all know that? I told you about Dylan, and then obviously Brian and Sean rode home with me.
Yep.
So as far as getting home, y'all are pretty lucky. Y'all snuck out of that deal.
We really did. I got to my flight was I was the first flight out of Kalamazoo, which isn't saying much, right? There's not a lot going on there. Honestly,
they got 6 flights a day.
Bro, their airports are in between 2 gas stations. If you blink, you would miss it, my guy. You know what I mean? Steve, shout out to Steve, by the way. He was there early this morning. He was first one in the lobby. I was there, and he drove me because my Uber there. We'll talk all about it, obviously, but my Uber from Kalamazoo Airport to the hotel, which is.
I could tell you were pissed upon arrival.
I wasn't even mad. I was like, it was laughable.
You have this thing to where if you were pissed, 30 minutes later, you can't feel it, but you can see it. Okay,
that's a fair assessment. It was $100 Uber ride though. And my guy, poor dude, man, he I don't know if he knew how to use the defroster in his car. So he just kept rolling down the windows to get the windshield to stop fogging up because it was like 98% humidity outside. And I'm like, dude, like I hope you turn it on, but it was crazy. Poor guy, man.
And then you said you were Google translating, right?
Yeah, well, I couldn't Google
I couldn't read either.
Yeah, because it's written in like either Arabic or some form of that, and I was like, it's not in I don't know what the English letters. I don't know what they're actually called. Like what letters are.
Alphabet.
Yeah, it's like what we consider the American or English alphabet, right? But like even like in French or Italian, it's still written right in letters that we're used to, right? Troy, do you know the terminology? What is that like the? I don't know. I don't either. Either way, but so it was
Latin.
No, it was in. They're like more. It's more character based, right? Less like it looks more like similar to like how Japanese and Chinese or that type of thing is. Yeah, it's exactly. It's in a different type. So I couldn't read it to him, and so I felt bad because he was like he loved the country music station, right? He was like, "Oh, this station, I love this," but I was like, "I know he doesn't know what they're saying," which is fine.
But you gotta tell him.
Yeah,
we gotta go down the whole hole.
What?
About country music. If he loves country music, we got. I mean, that like you've got to talk about country music.
Yeah, but there was nothing I couldn't talk to because he didn't understand a word I was saying, and I felt so bad because I wanted to help him turn the defroster on, but I couldn't Google Translate it because I couldn't read it. So it was I felt bad. Anyway, travel was whatever, but we've all made it. And before we get all into it, we got a special episode tonight. But if you're watching with us live on YouTube, you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. Help us out. If you're listening on Spotify or iTunes next day, don't forget to leave us a review, share with your friends, tell everybody you heard it here on the BE00TAKE00 Show, and don't forget to follow us on social medias. I am at the PJ North. He is at Tyler3678, and that is Troy in Oregon on most platforms, right, Troy? I think most places if they want to find you.
Man.
Or Kinley Racing, right? That too. I did tag you.
That one's not super active. I only unload her a couple times a year.
All right, well, no, I put that on the Instagram, so you're there now.
Yeah, good. Fired up.
Yeah, man, we're gonna talk all about it. We got a special episode. We got a lot of things happen, right? 250K in Michigan, TV promotion season as a whole, all of those things. Before we get into all of that, just briefly, Troy, you are the co-host of Bracket Breakdown with Parker Theobald. Just give everybody who might not know you, right? Obviously, if they've watched the live feed and all stuff, but just a quick synopsis of your first off, short career in drag racing. Like you came, it's not like he didn't grow up in juniors. So just a short synopsis of who
I didn't.
You are,
I grew up a couple miles from Firebird Raceway. I was in the stands for a long time. I've been around it my whole life, but didn't really super get into it until like 2021, and kind of got back into it and built a car. And then just like, I'm not somebody who dabbles in anything, right? Any of my hobbies, it's like, oh yeah, I bet the farm on everything I do to my detriment.
Can relate.
Yeah. And so and roulette. We bet the farm. We got him.
We hammered him.
So and I just like got super deep and just immersed myself in it, started announcing at my local track, got super into that, and I raced and I announced and the podcast with Parker. We wanted to shine a light on the West Coast because West Coasters don't get a whole lot of the media share. So
very similar to how college football works, right? Where it's like the Pac-10 games start at 11 and everyone's like, all right, I've had enough college football for, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing, right?
Yep.
But we're very appreciative. So their show is directly after ours. So check them out. Bracket Breakdown on Theobald Motorsports YouTube. You can look them up. They do all. It
used to be the day before yours, and that was by design because we didn't want to follow anybody.
We're going back. Don't worry. I'm just saying right now, for the next couple weeks, you're still following us. But
it's all love. It's all good. But I'm just
saying. We can go ahead and go back.
We go fishing career's over, which is not true because he was ready to give it all up and go fishing for the next like 6 weeks.
I will. Yeah, it's just I can skip the last 2 Tuesdays if I need to. It's fine.
No, we're helping each other. This is a give and take here. You're not.
Our ratings go up because you guys are the lead in.
There you go. It's the Seinfeld Friends episode thing, right? Where he's like, that you guys can be thankful that we were before you, right? That type of thing. Yeah. Nah, we're not that good. Yep. But we do appreciate you joining, man. We have, like I said, obviously we've become very fast friends this year. Me and Troy have obviously had somewhat of a communication just via Facebook at first, right? We just kind of like share stuff back and forth. Both a part of This Is Bracket Racing Elite. And so we've kind of communicated. And then they asked about bringing him on, and I was like, sounds great at the Seattle National. I hadn't heard you do much else, right? Because that was like obviously we had talked, but I didn't know how much else And so to bring you onto the group has really turned, because you're the only person who really we can throw it back at Brian, but me and Tyler, like,
it gets real personal real quick.
Yeah, we don't get the same bounce back that you get. It's a very unique dynamic.
We end up serious in a hurry with Brian. Okay.
I'm enjoying it while it lasts, because the longer I get to know Brian, I'm going to be in the same boat y'all are in. So
you got at least 13 years, because here I am 13 years later. So
that's like, it was, the ride home. Brian is the only person that I've rode in the truck with my entire life that, like, the radio never turns from 0 to 1.
Bro, it's I'm telling you.
We talk. Well, but, like, for some reason, the last 2 trips that the 3 of us have taken, like, we just freaking talk.
Yeah, but we're coming up with great business ideas that he's turning down. We tried to start a dump truck business. He didn't like that.
Yeah. Told me I was going to be too worried about how clean they were.
He was out of control. Yeah, he's not a music guy at all. Like, if music never was played ever, he would not. If he never heard another song again, he would just be like, all right.
Used to listen to the Bob and Tom show every morning.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Bob's
dead. Tom or Bob, one of them died.
Yeah, so he probably quit on that too.
Yeah, just imagine just Brian's thoughts and himself driving to work every morning.
Oh, that's just thinking that's why he is why he is.
Oh man, that's why.
If I would have known, this is some information I need to know, because I'm a huge Bob and Tom guy, like big Bob and Tom guy.
Brian's a big, huge. It's
and
the only thing
there's so many references we could have been throwing at each other all year.
It's all starting to make sense, Tyler. It's all starting to make sense.
Oh, brother, we missed it. We missed
95.7 on Louisville. It's never moved.
Crazy.
96.9 the Eagle out here.
Okay.
I can't.
I hate it. I've never heard a Bob and Tom episode ever, so I'd like to keep it that way. Maybe you guys could go back and listen to the archives. It'd be like you know how people rewatch TV shows? You guys can re-listen to episodes. They probably have like
they still do it. It's just
without one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my, that sounds terrible. That'd be like me hosting this show alone. I did that once, and there's no one wants to hear that, right? It was like we came for Tyler, stayed for PJ.
That would fit though. It'd be the B00, but
yeah, no,
you don't make it to the finish line. Well, you don't get. You got to get to the finish line.
Never get to the finish line. It's just B00. On brand for our for us, man. But well, man, again, thank you for taking some time with us. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. I know, obviously, Parker is doing something that Tyler should be doing, and that's driving to Brainerd, because I just saw the parking at Brainerd is backed up into whatever state connects to wherever Brainerd is. Those people are parked from
Minnesota and Wisconsin.
Yeah, they are backed up to Wisconsin. Brian Zinzin's on the freeway still. He's on the highway trying to get off the exit. He's still 107.
That place is like 1,800 miles from the nearest interstate, I think. That's
how long the parking is for stacking. I'm like, why are we stacking?
I can promise you, by the time I get there, there will not be one car, trailer, motorhome, truck waiting to park. I'll be the last person in the gate. I have to swap trailers. I got to load cars. I got
a lot going on.
Yeah, and I took a 5-hour nap.
And he took a 5-hour nap. So he's 5 hours behind schedule already. So that's good.
I'm leaving Wednesday at 4 p.m. best case scenario, and that will put me there 3 hours before Q1.
I hope Johnson's ready. Oh man, that's good. So shout out to everybody at BIR this week, man. The divisional, followed by the national next week, followed by a lot of stuff happening, obviously, in the NHRA world. Speaking of NHRA, they were at Indy. Let me just pull those up so that people at least have them. I feel like that's a fair assessment here, right? We should at least have them in there. Well, maybe. I don't know if I can play them now. The results. I forgot, because we don't use the 3-person camera very often. So I
got you. What do you want?
Well, I'm gonna read them off. Yeah, so Rob Foss beat. Yeah, go ahead. You can read them off, because I don't know what Ricky's first name is.
You don't know. Oh, I don't know his name either. Hold on, let me just go. I got you right here. Right here.
This is what happens. I can't have it on the bottom of the screen. I got the first letter. It's D Ricky. I just don't know what D stands for.
A+ name, David Ricky.
David Ricky. Thank you. That is a great. That's a great race car name.
1090.
Yep, Rob Foss in the pickup truck.
Oh my goodness. 85, 1 above beats 002 and 9 above. Ouch. Troy almost did that his first win too.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know. 10 take 7. That's Troy Abercrombie's jersey number. 10 on the front, 7 on the back, so y'all know. You know what I mean?
Dog, I gotta get me one of those.
I mean, Barn Burner and Super Gas.
Yep.
Clark Mott, one of the coolest cars on the planet.
And Steve Hoyt.
Over Steve Hoyt. They turned her 4th out red. Let's see. Tim
Larry-
Millwood,
Yep.
Dorcar. Was it Dorcar as far as in a Super Cup?
Dorcar. He's in a Pontiac. I think it was a GTO or a Cobalt. One of
Millwood's
those things.
in Daytona.
No.
Vrooman's in what?
Vrooman. That's what I'm saying. Vrooman's in like a Cobalt, like a tube chassis deal.
Was it his red Beretta or was he running super gas with it? He's got like a red Beretta.
This was not a Beretta. This is a newer model car.
Okay. Stock eliminator. Daryl Boreski.
Bro, hold on. Look at that run. So Chris Ratchford missed. That's a good run. Daryl Boreski's like 34, dead 5, right?
28, 1 above 9. So roughly the same, yeah.
Okay, I must have been looking at the wrong round because live timing was messed up. But I've been doing that a lot, and it also sounds better, and Tyler's correcting me. No one would have known. He could have just been like, yeah, dude, 34, dead 5. I don't know why he had to ruin that for me. Like,
Yeah, but then they get on Drag Race Central, they're like, oh, they're both idiots? That's good.
So who's going to go back and fact check me right now? The crazy thing is this. Chris Ratchford has a son named Gage. I don't know if anybody knows this. Gage Ratchford was like the best junior dragster driver I had ever seen on the internet. Like, he was winning. Literally, every time Chris would post, it'd just be like, Gage won again. And so it'd just be like 30 straight weeks of Gage winning everywhere in Ohio, Kentucky area, right? Like, I think they're from Kentucky, but they always race in Edgewater stuff, right?
They're like Garrett area,
Okay.
Combs area, I believe.
Okay.
Not like directly within a 5-mile radius or anything, but like general vicinity.
But he has it turns out last year I get to St. Louis, I pull in the gate, and I'm like, hell, that's Chris Ratchford in a stick car in stock eliminator.
And it's fast.
It's so fast.
Yeah, and he smoked a tree 34, 27, 31, 18, 27, 4, missed it in the final.
4. Okay, so he was 4 in the semis. I thought he was 5. So 4 in the semis, and then missed it in the final. He was 50 in the final. It wasn't like he horribly missed it, but he missed it right there. Right?
No, you can usually cook with 58 in stock. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So
if you go by at 58, you just think, man, I'm about to have some fun right here. This one ain't gonna be boring.
But he's still got to worry about shifting 4 times before you can have any. Right? He's having fun the whole way down the racetrack. So, but I just want Chris Ratchford, one of the nicest dudes too, man. I love Chris. He's a great guy. So congrats, man, Chris, making that final. I don't know if he's been in one before, but shout out to him.
Then you got comp eliminator Todd France over Dave Dupps.
Bro, did you see Dupps? That's not the same car Dupps has been driving.
Oh no, yeah, it is. But
okay, they just got to pay.
Yeah, he got him a couple personal. It looks like.
Oh, I didn't see that, but I did see it do a big wheelie, which I think is cool in comp.
Oh yeah, it's like they're like 3, those normal 300 something inch motors in a car. I've always had a thing for that one carburetor though. Top Sportsman, Darian Bosch.
Yep. Chris Osborne. Yep. And
okay, boys, this is 5, 17, 14, 11, 7. My man.
They finally stepped. They heard you. They got tired of listening to you say they couldn't cook. They were like, we could put salt in this pan, okay? Y'all think we can? Yeah. I'll show you how to marinate.
Butter that bitch. Let's go. Top dragster, Kevin Eisenhower over Kenny Carson.
We got to talk about this. Okay, so listen. Someone asked me, they were like, oh, I heard Kenny Carson's going to Indy. And I was like, Kenny Carson's not going to Indy. He broke on Thursday. They pushed him off the starting line on Thursday. Sure enough, I look on the results today. He's in the final in Top Dragster. I was like, wait a second. What has transpired here that led to this? So, yeah, he's chasing it now. He's like pot committed to it. Hated to not see him obviously run the rest of the 250, but cool to show up and then go race where you're committed to points. That's cool. And then make it to the final. But Devin Eisenhower doing Devin Eisenhower stuff. I mean, he's one of the premier let go guys. He can let go.
There's just one problem with this.
What's that? Was the final bad?
Top extra when the dials are 694 and 705 in a final. OMG.
I can't believe slow drag
to
the front.
I mean, Kenny Carson was at Michigan on Thursday, down 436.
So he's straight motor.
Yeah, I mean, we got guys dialed 4/10 faster than that.
Crazy.
So, who's got top dragster? I think Big Money Bracket Racing got top dragster. They're faster than TD.
So
my fastest 32 would be faster than their fastest 32. So that's bad.
Listen to this. The word on the street is next year potentially we might do. We're going to talk about some other ideas, but at TB we might do fastest in a car on the property next year.
Oh no, we are. I've confirmed it.
We are confirmed. Okay, good.
Yeah. What was the possible nicknames for the award?
I don't know yet. I only was the sponsor.
Do you want to hear the options? I mean,
yes, I'm in.
Okay, hold on. Let me freaking go. I've got
top bracket racing dragster to the front.
74 notifications right now.
You do?
Or just from our group chat.
Oh, because you were sleeping. You missed Brian being incredibly nice. Which, not that he's not. He's always. I'm just saying he was overly nice to all of us in the chat.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're on to something. Oh, the fastest flyer.
Oh, that's fun.
Fastest flyer.
Okay.
That's
I love that. Damn, are we going to give out PF flyers to the winners?
Oh, yes. I'm on it.
A pair of sneakers, too. I love it. Before we get too far, Super Stock, shout out to Larry Hodge, who hasn't won in 12 years. I saw that his grandson mentioned this. Hasn't won in 12 years, and he beats Blaine Zaskowski in the final, who's absolutely murking him with the FGT combo in the Ford Mustang. He's got it. That kid absolutely has it figured out.
He has no, I was thinking about this because he has, he runner up both at South Georgia or won both at South Georgia, I think.
He's won this year, yeah.
Yeah. He was in both finals at South Georgia or something. Anyways, the kid had no other option but to bang gears and be good at it.
It's unbelievable, man. He has adjusted to the sport. Yeah. Not that he didn't do it before, but just it's a big adjustment when you come in. Whether you guys want to, right? Whether people want to admit that or not, it's a big adjustment.
Listen, there's 3 guys with a clutch pedal in super stock,
and they're all named Zaskowski.
Can be competitive, in the you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Racing part of it, maybe 5 guys, 10 guys, whatever. It's a short list. I did it once, and it was a whole new
I don't even know if I could make it down a racetrack.
Trying to race with it, I guess.
Yeah.
And this kid's the kid's 16, or
I think
it's
he's
not
18 now, but yeah.
Yeah, I would think it takes I don't know. It would take me 3 months just to feel comfortable with it, and he's been in 3 finals.
He swept SGMP. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
he gonna win the division.
We're all in trouble. Yeah. So Indy, man, they were doing it. We missed it, but look cool. They had a bunch of stuff. I think they had $6,500 in the last man standing Calcutta deal. So you got in that as a racer. I think they gave away. They had the shootouts. They had all the stuff, right? They were doing everything. I mean, they had it all going on over there in D3.
Yeah, they got small tire pro stock.
Yeah,
indexes,
they had open comp. Yeah, I talked to I talked to Bickle today, and he went over there and ran open comp. So, he said it was good. They said they had 30 cars, which is pretty good for a class that you're just randomly throwing out there, right? It wasn't it was hey, we've been doing this all year. So it's pretty good, but. Shout out to them. We got more to talk about, obviously, with NHRA. It's a lot going on this year. Any other thoughts on that, Brian, or Tyler? Go ahead.
No. I need to give me till after Indy before Indy is gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna crank it up.
I'll be able a little more. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna crank it up in Indy because you'll also have a better idea and you'll be locked in. So we'll go through that. IHRA though, just obviously. We've all heard everything, right? I mean, the thing is off the rails with rumors. So I would like to heed everyone to heed this warning. Be mindful of what you read and think for yourself.
I ain't gonna do that.
And do not comment on everything you see unless you're in the know. Some of this stuff you're gonna have to let play out because I think that there's a few too many folks. Obviously, there's not a few. There's a lot of people who just comment recklessly. That's just the internet. But there are people in the sport who are staunchly on both sides of this thing, right? They're one side or the other. And I'm you guys shouldn't be polarized. There's no need for people who are in the industry to be polarizing about it right now. Because it's only going to add fuel to the fire, which negatively impacts all of us as a whole, right? And I think that's all a little short-sighted, in my opinion, with that. Obviously, if you have a direct experience, share your experience with that, whether it's positive or negative, that's fine. But
that's the thing we've talked about too.
Yeah. The same piece of it is these figures, and I call it cycle dork, on the internet just going crazy, but he's his entire job is being a clickbait.
You want
to
say what you want to call it? What you were going to call it before cycle jerk?
What did I
call
it?
It was circle, and I think I know where that was going.
No. I said I did say circle first, but I called him cycle dork is what I call him.
Oh, whatever. That sounds way better.
Yeah, he's just a clickbait clown, and that's fine. That's his business, and people who listen to him in the same way that our friends or people listen to us is because they enjoy the content or whatever. He's not for me. And so like, I'm saying this because of the way he reacts on the internet. I don't like short form entertainment's not my thing, right? And I've said this.
So
you
hate that.
It's just not it's not my specialty, right? Also, I don't enjoy reaction videos, right? That's a big thing in the community, right? Like streamers are reacting to something they're watching and I'm watching them react. That's the weirdest content in the history of the world. And that's what he reminds me of. He's just like this thing, right? Where he's like reacting to this and people are enjoying his reaction to something else that they could be watching. That'd be like me and Troy watching Seinfeld, but Troy's watching the show and I'm watching Troy. Like that's why
people love that stuff though, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
The thing about Jack
is that like video game streaming thing, the thing that's been around forever. Like people literally sit there and watch other play.
Yeah. I got my kids all the consoles, all the games, and they'd rather watch YouTube videos of somebody else playing the game that I just bought them. It's wild. But the thing about Jack, like he was never my style neither.
Yeah.
But like he brought eyeballs to the sport, so it was like cool, whatever. And the thing about him is like I've never seen somebody do a U-turn so fast. And like,
bro,
I guess when you're presented with new information, you can change your mind. But like he was riding hard. He was riding hard, and then he was like, I told you so.
Right.
And it was like, no, you did it. You didn't.
His
That's
shirt,
not what
look,
you said.
Here's what happened. His shirt was a little too tight.
Thing, right?
Yeah, exactly what it is. His shirt's a little too tight. I think it's choking him. He's not getting all the oxygen he was getting to his brain. So he's a little struggling. That's fine. And I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, like, dude, the way that you're reacting is not like to be a quote unquote journalist in the sport or a media member. You're treating it like you're a comedian. You're not, or like a entertainer. So which is it? Like, are you a journalist or are you an entertainer? Like, unfortunately,
he wants to be the entertainer, but he can't be because he doesn't have the ability to do so. And so he's got like this following, so he thinks then he has the right
to
be an entertainer. But at the end of the day, he's just a media outlet.
And so, like I said, I think all of that to say, and we talked closely with people, right? We were there. Larry Morgan let go, and we're all at the racetrack. We're like, we made jokes to some folks about it, like, well, hey, man, is today that day? Like, whatever. Like, and we joked about it because we're friends with them, and we can do that. But
by the way, that I thought about this on the way home. That is the second time our friend has been let go from his place of employment at our events. Got a call at our events that he was fired.
Yikes, man.
Twice.
Yikes. We got to figure that out. That's the announcer curse for him, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, all that to say, there's a lot going on. If you watch our show, my advice or my hope for you all is that you read it is fine and have an informed opinion is fine. Using ChatGPT to give you a synopsis of something is not okay. Like, in my opinion, like you can't form your opinion based on an AI rendered thing for you. In my opinion, I would prefer
what do you mean? Like when you, instead of going and doing,
so if you go like,
there's go to ChatGPT and ask about it.
Yeah, there's a post going around right now, right? And a lot of people have shared it, and it's a synopsis, right? And basically what it is this guy dropped this information and asked ChatGPT what's happening. And it spit out this long, basically like it's an essay of what's happening. And there's some detail in there and there's some critical information, but I don't know that it has I don't know that we'll ever have the whole story. And that's not my point either. My thing is that don't comment and push if it's to a detriment to the sport. Because in reality, whatever happens, if it's bad, it could be a massive detriment to the sport, right? If I don't have a place to go, or these guys don't have, just imagine, and this isn't happening, but just imagine that all the tracks that IHRA owns or whatever in Ohio closed. Like, just imagine that, right? Bill Bader does not have to, he didn't have to run two separate points programs Are you either A class or B? You're gonna have to separate his points program because he'd have 1,000 cars at Norwalk every weekend
to run every other week. And
yeah,
he's like, he's got A week, B weeks.
Yeah, you're AFC versus NFC, and then at the end of the year, you're top. Okay,
oh, dude,
man, we just
hold
we
on,
just helped him.
Yeah.
We screwed up. We
really?
just helped him out. Damn
really?
it. Damn, I messed up. We just gave him more
Come
intrigue.
on, homie. That R&R paint my ride thing is.
I love it. No, it's good.
Different thing.
So I don't know, man. Like I said, I just wanted to bring that up for everyone. I think you guys gotta read a little bit more. Read actual outlets that are real media. If it's I don't. If the guy has an AI profile picture, maybe don't. That guy's probably not your guy. Like maybe don't read that. Skip over that.
Well, I don't know, man. Unless you're an AI guy.
I don't know.
It's been so wild.
Go ahead, Troy.
On the West Coast. Well, I'm just saying it's been so wild on the West Coast to watch this because they do not have a presence here.
You're
I
right.
think there's one little 200-foot drag strip down in California that flies the flag, but other than that, there's nothing. It's just a little thing. They have this little. It's like in a parking lot.
That's amazing. I love that.
But it's not a thing, so we just watch from afar and watch it.
Yeah.
And I remember the old days of IHRA, and I don't know what happened on the IHRA side. It would have been cool if it would have worked. What I do know is that whatever happened with him and Elon isn't an excuse.
1,000%.
It might be a reason.
Sure.
But it ain't an excuse. And one of the most common isms we've all heard, no matter what coast you live on, from Papa was, "Don't write checks you can't cash."
Your ass can't cash. You can curse on our show.
And that, yes. I'm used to doing shows with Park, my dog Park. We keep it clean.
I struggle.
But it's that's you can't do that, and that's
100%.
what happened. Regardless of what, that's what happened. And
dude, 100% overextending.
Wild.
You made a perfect comment. We were talking about Roman Cosner, right? And you were telling me you talked to him, right? And he was like, he races within his means, and I was like, damn, he may be the only racer, right? And I'm like, damn, that's actually
within his means.
That's the perfect thing. This might have worked had it or whatever's happening. It would have gone maybe a little easier for IHRA had they done it within their means to start, right? Rather than go out, buy the toter, buy the stacker, buy the dragsters, and then a year later they're gone, right?
By the way, the Kentuckyism of that is don't let your alligator mouth overload your tadpole ass.
Damn, add that to my list of catchphrases right there. Never heard that one.
That was a part of my dad's lectures to me as a child many, many times.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Like I said, man, I just think everybody, be mindful of what you're reading. Again, you can have a negative opinion of them. I don't care about that. That's whatever. But just be mindful of what you're reading before you go and before you turn out. Just think about. I told Brian this same thing about someone. Every time you think about doing something, picture yourself and how we feel about this other person. And then he immediately was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So think of the dumbest person you see comment on the internet. Right? If you're about to make a comment on a post about IHRA, think of the dumbest thing you've seen on the internet of someone post that you don't like. You're being that person that'll immediately stop. Every time I go to do something, I'm like, who do I hate the most? I'm like, you know what? All right, let me not comment here. And then I get back, I get out of my feels and I move on.
See, no, I can't.
Tyler,
you
have never once commented on. Okay, a decision's whatever, but you're not comment. That's what I was talking about.
I mean, I don't really like comedy.
I know, that's my point. I was like, you ain't about to say nothing.
Social media for me is two things. One, it is a way, my page, years ago when everybody started making their motorsports pages, listen, I've been on this for 10 years. I'm not making another one. Okay. This is Tyler Bohannon. Tyler Bohannon's bank accounts, Tyler Bohannon, everything.
Yeah,
we're not doing.
There's no LLC here.
I just race. That's it. I don't have a job. I race. So that's why do I need an LLC if I am that? So anyways, it's a racing outlet, and when I want to be funny, I am not getting.
No, I get
we
it.
are not
100%
veering from it. It is a stage for me to do stand-up comedy or talk about racing.
I would love for Tyler to do stand-up comedy while we're talking about it. Maybe we do that next year. Little Tyler stand-up.
Talk about battle rappers, right? Yeah. That shit just comes to him right there. No. Yeah. Now you give me about a month to write some shit down.
Okay. Start cooking.
Maybe.
My buddy Nick has talked about being a stand-up comedian for as long as I've known him. And so we send each other bits back and forth that would be really funny. And I keep egging him on, trying to get him to do it. And I'm like, just go try it. What's the worst that can happen? Well, they gonna throw tomatoes at you at the bar when you're at a local open mic? It'd be fine,
Maybe.
bro. We played on an open trailer at US 43. I don't think this is the least of your worries, bro. Like, it's not that big a deal. So I like constantly. I'm gonna just start sending you bits. I'm like, what if you brought this up and this is how you framed it? You could be a comedian. Old Tebow.
Troy, do you know the first place I ever watched PJ perform? I had to wear a bracelet because I was 21, but it was a bar called the Basement. And you walk downstairs into this thing, and I was like 17 or 18. I've never really been in a bar, and it was one of the wilder experiences that I've had in my life.
It was a real basement.
Yeah, above is a bar called A&R Bar, and so the A&R Bar is a little bit bigger venue. So you kind of move up. You start at the basement, you play there a couple times, then you move up, sell some more tickets, you move to the A&R Bar, then you get really big. You move next door to what they call I don't even know what it's called now. It used to be called like the patio or something like that. And then they have an outside venue when you make it really big. It's like a 4,000 person outside venue right there.
So you just got like a whole ladder right there.
Yeah.
Did you play them all? Did you make
except
you run the circuit?
Except the outside. Yeah.
You didn't make it to the patio.
I never. Yeah, no one.
Semifinals.
Brother, if I played a 4,000 person venue, you think I'd be slinging thisisbracketracing.com question of the day on Motor Mania? Nah, dog. I'd be on a tour bus right now. Brian be having to pay me a lot more money to show up. You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy. No, I never made it outside, but it's a cool thing. Yeah, the basement. So Tyler and I don't even remember what race it was, but Chad was there too.
It was the Class Nationals, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's why you didn't race or something, or I don't remember, but
yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the whole thing of all this is we wanted to get together because again we have spent all weekend together, and we've spent all year together basically. But the TB promotions, 250K this past weekend. Let's just talk about the results a little bit, and then we'll get into some more of the details about our year together. But first off, could the dragster race have gone any more? Like it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, right? Like
no,
Rocky is top tier guy at the racetrack. He'll literally help any single person that needs it. I don't think he has any qualms with anybody, right? And that's like hard in this day and age because everybody's so polar, right? Everybody's like opposites a lot. But just it couldn't happen to a nicer guy. The whole Mosier team, it was cool. And Rocky was like dialed 571 all weekend long.
Yeah.
And just he went 571 in the dragster race, I think, like a bunch. I didn't look at the stats back, but
and I pay very close attention to like what people can go. You know, like you see them make enough runs, like you kind of they get a red light and they lay it one time, and then you can base it off of that. Or
right, yeah.
Never with Rocky, like never did figure out what he could go the whole weekend.
Yeah.
But he did make the funniest comment of the weekend. Well, one of the top 3 funniest things I heard this weekend.
We had a lot of funny stuff this weekend.
He said, he said, you know, it's pretty cool. I won the biggest trophy of anybody here. I'm like, huh? Oh,
that's incredible, dude.
Yeah,
that's incredible. I love that.
That was a really full circle moment for me because, like you used to talk about, we've been together all year.
Yeah.
Go all the way back to St. Louis.
Yep.
And Tyler goes, brother, I need you to do parking.
Oh no! You gave him that job first, Rick. Oh my God!
My very first event with you guys, our very first event of the season. I'm in St. Louis doing parking. 6 minutes into it, Rocky gives me the old "Don't you know who I am?" Basically.
Oh, joking around.
Like, well, yeah, but it was like I was like, because he was not where he needed to be, and the gal, I don't remember her name. She was adamant, like this is how it needs to be.
Oh, what's her name? Nettie. Yeah.
Yeah, Nettie says it's got to be like this, and I'm like, okay. And so I pull up, and I'm like, hey, you know, can we pull her up? He looks at me. He just kind of cocks his head a little bit, and he goes, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. And I'm like, I kind of look down at the shirt because I'm like, I am wearing the shirt, ain't I? And the toter didn't move an inch.
I think.
No, we wasn't moving.
I think
we
we're fine. That's good.
And then.
Fine.
When he won, like, and then all weekend, like it's progressively we've talked more and you know, got to know each other a little bit more. And he came up and gave me the old handshake hug, and it was like, so for me, it was just a full circle moment because like that was the first guy I interacted with
6 minutes into this job,
and he sunned me right out of the gate.
Damn, we just said all this stuff about how he's the nicest guy ever, and the first thing he does,
he was nice about it.
First thing he does is pull sponsorship card right out of the gate. Like, not even like,
he was
hey
nice
man, you
about
know what?
it,
I appreciate that, but no, that's not gonna happen.
I akin to like when I am racing and I haven't been bothered for like 3 weeks. I consider myself a nice guy, but moving all of that shit.
Yeah, it was
6 inches,
0%.
probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, they be on. You know, the crazy thing though is to worry about parking at St. Louis is absolutely absurd because there's
Well, the spots
9
aren't
million
long.
parking spots. No,
The
they're
problem
not.
with St. Louis is the spots aren't long.
Sure.
So
But
then
and they do have a
everybody
97
else
foot
door to
rail.
everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
listen, we don't live this close anymore because we don't, people don't like everybody.
Right. Fair enough. No, I
don't know.
That checks out.
But
though.
here's the
Parking's
thing
fine.
about throwing Troy into parking.
That's a terrible idea,
Like,
bro.
I'm
He
the
wanted to
type
see
of
if you
person-
had that dog in you.
Yeah. Well, the whole like icebreaker shit, like, dating, right?
Yeah.
I don't. We're either homies or we're not. Like,
So
here
the
you go.
first thing you do is put him in a terrible situation.
Yeah, but we're
It
not
was-
like.
Nah,
we're not
you know what you
dibble-
shoulda
we're not
done, bro?
tiptoeing. We're
Just-
diving in.
I
I'm
wish
not
you
doing
would have.
it.
I wish you
Somebody-
would have had to park like someone like someone that's like really kind of cruel with the parking situation. That's
Yeah.
like super adamant about where they need to park. 'Cause that's-
JP shit.
Yeah, bro. Like the worst. I mean, I don't know if JP's bad about it, but like I think
not
maybe
anymore.
with you he might be, but with Brian, he
He's
was fine.
terrible.
Brian was like, "Hey, is this spot cool in Columbus?" And JP's like, "Yeah." I obviously he's like, "I knew Tyler didn't save me," and I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
It was a
Stay-
funny contrast because, like I said, he was nice about it, but it was him and Max. And I'm pretty sure Max was like hitting the button for the electric
Oh
thing.
yeah.
It wasn't quite off
But he
the
was
ball yet.
he was looking right at you doing it too. He like heard you and he
Well,
just like
and-
presses
and-
the button.
Well, he looks up. He goes, "What's up?" And Rocky's like, he wants us to move the thing, and Max just kind of furled his eyebrows, like put the eyebrow up like the Rock real
Yeah.
quick. And I was like, he's like, "No, I think we're good."
Yeah, I think we're good.
And then the next vehicle I parked was Antron, and Antron hops
Another
out the
nice
ring
guy.
and he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Well, oh, brother," he gave me,
Yeah.
he's like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this and that." He's like, "Oh, brother, I got whatever you need, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Yeah.
need." And like, it's so.
Yeah, first thing you did was park 200-foot rigs. I love it. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. The parking is just not my thing.
No, dude,
No.
I'll tell you straight up. I'll park you. I just like.
Well,
they
PJ
send me-
handles it well. Like
Wow.
I'll let Rocky miss by 2 feet. I'll let every last one of them miss by 2 feet, and we look like the Ringling Brothers by the time they get everybody in there. Because I ain't arguing with them.
Yeah,
I ain't
that's
doing it.
fair. That's fair.
You ever seen a meter made though, and you're like, "I bet that person's life is miserable."
Yeah.
Halfway
Bro.
through it, I'm driving around in the rental car, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what they feel
NHRA,
like.
bro. Those people, every time they got to talk to somebody about parking, you know they hate that shit.
Oh, those guys are 10 times worse too.
Yeah,
because they're
dude.
just camping with a race car.
Right.
Okay, so like they
Right.
want it to be perfect.
Hey, we're
and-
right. We're just like wherever, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? They always ask me every time I get there, and I'm like, you could literally park me at the racetrack across the street if you want me to. Like, what you
Yeah,
just
it
tell me
doesn't
where to
bother
go,
me.
bro. Like, I'm good. Yeah, parking's my least favorite thing in drag racing. So, but shout out to Rocky, man. I thought it was awesome. Congratulations. Friday, Kelly Smith, no box car, doesn't win no box, comes from the box
No.
side, on the bottom, and wins the race against another roadie. And I just thought those comments were really funny on top. They're like, what is this, a super gas national event? I was like, hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Because you just don't see that many bracket races in reality, right? There's
No.
just not a ton.
No. And the cool part was Kelly Smith used to come to, like there's been a couple years where he makes the Martin event,
Yeah.
and he might make one other. But Kelly has come to our races for a long time. He used to travel with Jeff Ledford, who
Right.
won one of our first 50 granders
Yeah.
in a white Redster.
Oh, that's right. I
at
forgot
Ohio
about
Valley.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of full. Troy talks full
Yeah.
circle. Like that was kind of full circle for me. His buddy that he used to travel with had won a 50 with us, and then he does. It was cool.
Yeah, just a really neat thing. And Lyle Roseman, who runnered up, like I hadn't seen Lyle Roseman because I hadn't put the name, but he also had a new car this year. And so it was just cool. He was like hanging out with Lane and Dustin Long and those guys. So I was like, oh, he's got the right team, right? He's got two space architects out there, two engineers figuring that thing out, and it went right down Broadway. It was really cool to see that, man. And two great interviews. All the interviews so far were good up to that point too. Is good. So, Junior Dragster also, man. Vince Taberzi wins Friday and Saturday. Shout out to him. Shout out to Roblox also too. Bob Murphy. I want to call us out. Robert's really funny, right? I tried you can't play RBR on PS5 very easily. You can do it if there's not a lot of people on the server, but like it's really hard. So I'm waiting like to do the PC version. I want to try it out. And like it's cool. It's very cool. I love the concept of it. The whole thing's dope. So, and I've also just like gave away free cars on his account. Like I didn't even ask. I was just like, he's gonna give you a free car if you play the game, whatever. But today I just want to call us out. Robert, I don't know. Robert's going through it on Facebook right now on his story. He posts, I don't know these. He blurred out the text message number, so I don't know who it's for. There's no name or number next to it. But he's just going through, and this guy's just railing off hate speech to Robert.
Yes.
And I'm just like, man, I don't know what's going on over there, but Roblox bracket. And so I told Race Raglan, I was like, bro, this Discord is unhinged. Y'all got to get that under control, bro. Like, that's just, people are saying the craziest shit online I've ever seen in my life. That's why I don't play online.
Well, I know you didn't like, the 2010 era of like Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I wasn't doing that.
Okay. Like that was me, all right? And like you had 45-year-old men in lobbies with me at like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And we are just, it is the most
It was out of control.
Unhinged, hate.
I don't have that
racist. It was all of the above. It was every kind of hate you can have, like just hammering each other. Like, and if you didn't have thick skin, and now I think back about those and I'm like, Jesus, yeah, that's
I don't know if it's
RBI.
thick skin as much as like you don't have like the vernacular used is just like, I'm like, bro, you don't got nothing else.
I just listened. I mean, I was 12, so like, I just hear it. Right?
Troy, me and you talked about video games this weekend. Were you an online gamer?
A little bit, like with Halo, the Halos.
Did you ever LAN party at all?
A few times. So like early on, that's how we had to do it because like we didn't have good enough internet or whatever to like do the real online stuff.
Everyone's
got
to be
a room upstairs and a room downstairs.
Yeah, I only played sports games online, and I used to play March Madness and when those were out in 2K college on PlayStation 2 when it first got online, and so I played that. But I would play with like the same people I knew, and we had very similar thoughts about how the game's supposed to work. Like, you play a real this is a simulation. This is not a video. I'm not trying to put up 83 with one player. It's a team. I'm beating yours. Like, it's a thing, right? And I treated it that way versus like these kids are just like saying all types of crazy shit on the internet. I'm like,
Austin, they can do it.
Austin Thompson said it. 2010's COD separated the men from the boys.
Yeah. I had Brock Davis who looked like he was 7 and he was like 12 with me. And him and his brother were good at it, but his brother was like 4 or 5 years older than us. So like we would get in there with his friends.
Oh, no.
And we're like 13 or 14, and we're in there. It was oh wow.
Anyway, all that to say, Robert Murphy's going through it on. If you haven't checked out Roblox Bracket Racing, definitely do it. And thank you for supporting the junior dragsters all year long. I thought that was really cool. And
it's a perfect.
Yeah.
Me and Brian talked about that today. That's like the perfect thing.
I thought so too. It was like it was excellent for what we were trying to do too. I thought that was really good. So
great job, BW.
Then Saturday rolled around, right? So now we're starting to get it, and we're getting after it early. Tyler had 17 Red Bulls.
Listen, the ambulance was right by there. I wasn't too concerned.
Elvis was there to save you. If y'all haven't been to 131, I never met the guy, but he looks just like Elvis. And Tyler's on one early, which it's 250K Saturday, right? So the problem with that is how high is that peak, my guy? You know what I mean? Like, we got a 14-hour climb. You know what I mean?
I made it. I didn't.
And he was first one out of the gate at the. He was like, "All right, I gotta go. I peaked a long time ago. I gotta go."
Yeah, you got.
I get it.
The winter circles are over.
Yeah, you gotta leave.
Walked out. Yeah. I got to go.
But Saturday was awesome. Just the whole day. Troy, what was your experience? How did you feel? Because obviously we talked about this, right? Like, this is your biggest one at this point now, the biggest payout that you got to announce. But just like the overall, like, what was your thoughts about Saturday? Did you feel like a different aura around the day? I hate to use that word, but.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, you felt it when you got there, right? You knew it was the last one. There was just a little bit of tension there anyway, right? Someone's going to win $250,000.
Yep.
You've got the points championship going on, right? The word on the street, the Ultra Tech's going to go down the track in front of God and everybody, right? There was like all this stuff going on, and like we talked about it all year. When you get to that no box semifinal, no box final, like the energy just goes through the roof. And you merge and you're on the ladder, or you're one round out of it, right? And then you get to those ladder rounds, and it just gets, I mean, it's the juice, and there was a lot of juice, man. I mean, you had Nick Folk trying to go back to back, and it looked like he might do it. And then you had this guy that, like, I mean, I'm a West Coaster, right? I know some of these guys, like,
sure,
I don't know who David Wright was. I know who he is now, though,
I think
because
that's
my man was crushing.
100% of that was a different vibe. Was really cool. Is that there was drivers that if we're being 100% honest with each other, right? Like, let's be fully transparent with each other. None of us, one person or two people might have picked Nick Folk, but it's really hard to go back to back, right? Like, that's not an easy feat. So, like, if we were all picking our horses and we all picked 5, I don't know that we would have picked any of those cars at 9, right? Like, just reality, right? Like, it's not a knock on anybody.
Yeah, I had my horse at 9. I picked my horse on Thursday, and he was rolling at 9 cars.
Coltrera, yeah, he was doubled, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you had Jason. You did pick Jason. I'm sorry, someone else picked Coltrera, but it got interesting.
9, yeah. Well, at 9 you had Folk, Lynch, Coltrera. There was one other one that lost. Caleb Ellison, right?
Like, yes, Caleb lost tonight. Yep.
There is a term that we use a lot when you talk about winners in the days. Like, there is household names.
Yep.
That win certain days, and that can be good for business, right? Like it is. You get good media from it. Like when Antron and Sean Langdon ran in the final of the 75 Grander at St. Louis, and Jeggy won the day before. Like media wise, that was probably the best weekend.
Couldn't have asked for more. Anson wins his first one. Langdon, yeah. The only winners are NHRA professional drivers.
Right. Okay, like it's great, but. So you talk about that at 9 cars, you had Lynch, Coltrera, Folk. You know, there was names in there.
Yep.
Those household names, and we come back at 5, and like we know they're all good drivers.
Right.
But you talk about like how did they beat? I had to stop and go back and look at the runs. Like how did we lose all of them at once? You lose a couple around typically. You know, you still have one at 3, but like they just smoked them at 9 cars, got them out of there. See you later. And we come back at 5, and I was like, oh, okay, this is new. But Brian made a comment second or third round. I got to say this. Me and him had sat down in the suite where you had been, and you weren't in there yet. And we were just talking for a minute. And door cars were running, and Phil Bryant made a lap and won. And we've raced around Phil Bryant.
For sure. Yep.
And he goes, they better get him out of here. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, no, typically you give him 4 or 5 rounds, we're in trouble. And then he was down to 5 or whatever it was. So,
yeah, I just thought it was a really great. I was just excited. I thought it was good. We did a lot of different stuff on Saturday too. We just had a lot of we were talking to different drivers. We were doing the Get 'em Performance Challenge. We were doing we were gonna run the Ultra Tech again. All that stuff, man. We just like there was a lot of hype around everything. I felt really good about it. And I felt really good. The final man, David Wright and Blake Fuquay. Big matchup at 5. I thought that was the big crucial thing because 3 of the 5 had already had buys. So it worked perfect in mine and Tyler's thing is bye to the final, right? We know it's going to be one of these two right here. Whoever wins this pair.
Fuquay turns the one light on, or I can't remember who he ran at 5.
Britt Ulmer. Yeah, had Britt.
Yeah, he ran Britt. Yeah.
Yep. And just really
that was
cool.
big either way, right? Like that's a big moment for Blake. But also, like you talk about actually both of them, right? Like Blake and Britt are 2 people that put a lot into this sport.
Yep.
You know, so it was cool it was very cool to see. And I like sometimes you have the feeling of like a story that you want to see play out.
Yeah.
For that one, it was like I was so torn because like both stories, were great.
Massive,
and how
Troy, what was that call like in the final for you? I always ask the drivers, like, do you approach this round any differently? Like from an announcer standpoint, did you approach it? Because I know what I would have done. And I think I know what Steve would have done. What was in your mind? Did you change your approach at all? Like how you were going to handle that? Did you have a game plan going into it?
I wanted to make it big. I wanted it to sound as big as it deserved to sound, right? And to feel. I wanted it to feel big. And so I had a couple directions in my head of like, how's this going to go? And you could see it from the tower. Like once they let go, you kind of knew how it was about to go.
Yeah.
And so it set it up perfectly for like, and I feel bad because I dunked on Blake.
Yeah. But not really. Although you did tell us we all were under the impression that he was 60 up front. He was 30 something up front. You told us because we weren't up there.
Bobby.
I thought he was like 64.
No, he was 30.
33.
Oh, well, might as well.
Hey, honestly,
64.
I should have known then. I should have known them to not have for him to not be pulling best losing packages next day. I should have. I should have known.
Hey, long weekend, been a long season.
I should have known.
AccuTime.
No, but it was such a massive thing, man. So now we got 3 winners. You know, Foley, Folk, and now David Wright, SpaceX. If you guys know him, he's a super great guy too, super nice. He's buddies with Jason Lynch and the right people. He had Bailey Ferraro and Corey Galitti had him in the Calcutta, I guess, like an early Calcutta. And Bailey is in the cooler early, right? And so and Bailey's a great interview. I love Bailey. Like, I love it. And he's like over there and he's like, I'll talk. And I'm like, well, let me take this off screen first. And then him and Corey, man, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad they were there to do that. It was cool. But everybody, like I said, just overall, I thought the day was big. It felt big, and $250,000 to win. And
winner circle was massive.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. I mean, I bet they poured. I'm not kidding. I bet they poured 2 cases of beer on him.
Oh, I felt so bad the next morning. It's like, I know that coat ain't dry.
Yeah,
and
bro.
I know that it stinks.
Oh yeah.
No, I said I hope he has another fire suit. Like, someone's got to bring him another fire suit because you can't use it. Was unusable.
You just stick a fan on it and you buy, or you forget all about it because you just get shipwrecked that night.
No, that's what Foley did. He said
fold it up and then you peel this thing apart in the morning, shake it out a little bit, stick it on.
Funny, he did have $100 bills rolling off the car after his first round too.
Packed up from the burnout, each groove, perfect $100 bill, and then I'm like, what the hell is that? He takes off and they go flying everywhere, and I'm like,
oh, those are the hundreds.
Pissed. Yeah, Sam's will be pissed.
No, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was great,
man.
It was
cool.
I just think overarching the whole day felt, like I said, it felt big. We had a lot of cool shit we were going to do. We're going to talk a little bit about that as we get into some of these pieces. But Sunday, obviously, we didn't get to finish the race. But we did crown a 2026 Ultra Tech Race Fab Points Championship. And I don't want this to say, this is not a promotional thing for TV Promotions. My job is done for that, right? I don't have to promote, right? I don't have to say anything. But,
me too.
But the Ultra Tech Race Fab Points Championship was cool as shit. And to see it come down to the way it came down was awesome.
Yeah.
And Zach, Austin Lins beat. It was either Austin or Matt Morton.
It was Matt.
It was Matt. Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt beats Gary, and that ends it, man. It was like it wasn't anti. It felt perfectly climactic, not anti. It felt
I was so
climactic.
scared that we were not like.
Yeah, you weren't gonna crown one.
Gary ain't losing third round at this point, like. It's just Gary's one of those people that you put him under pressure and he don't lose,
right?
So like you feel like he's the guy to do this.
Yeah, 100%.
And Vulture is just swinging. He's just, home run derby and off these guys.
Exactly. And he's making incredible runs against incredible runs. It ain't like they're lobbing him softballs, right? He's hitting a home run derby off of Nolan Ryan, throwing nothing but the hammer right down. You know what I mean? Really, really cool. Couldn't happen to a better guy too. Like, he puts a lot into this sport too. Like you said, like, he's one of those guys who owns a business, right, with his cousin or brother, I should say, and all this stuff. And I think his cousin too are involved. Like, they have a business, but look at how much he still puts into this outside.
And he's good at like that
so
side of it. Like, I am complete junk at that side of it. Okay,
right.
I just race, but like Zach races. He's got a family. He got shit
he's
going on.
Got a little kid. Yeah, he's got types of shit.
Right, like. He got all kinds of shit going on and still has the time to market himself and put together these deals so that he could do that.
Yeah,
Can we stay right here for a second? I called Gleghorn. Like, I'm doing not what I'm supposed to do, and like I got videos playing in the background while I'm like driving home.
Oh, okay.
Listening to him, glancing over at him.
Yeah.
And I started one of his. I got like a loop of them, so they're going back to back to back, and it's like, not only is this guy just like one of the coolest customers on the track, right? Like, meticulous of everything that he does on the track.
For sure.
But he does his video like we're on our way to 131. He's got the members only shirt on.
Yeah. Right? No, he is the guy to have.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like,
he's always got the right shirt on. He's got the right hat on. When he's in the winner's circle, he puts it just right so not a single partner gets covered up.
I was about to take a picture of him
nobody's
for the
more
ladder, and he swapped hats.
No.
He gets it. Like, no one gets it more.
He gets it
than him.
In that moment, that is so hard. Like, I'm a drag racer. Like, Brian is so bad about telling me to do this or switch hats, and we're racing, and I need to do this and I need to do that. Like, all I can think about is getting in the race car and going dead on, dog. Like, I don't have that multiple ways, and Zach just does all the time.
He has set it up for himself to impact the sport positively and turn this into a thing where it's like a potential, like, you know, if we had 10 or 12 guys like that, like this might be the coolest shit going if you had like that type of thing. You know what I mean? We don't have that.
Right.
Like, I don't
His
know.
phone has to be ringing from the pro side of things of like, dude, like if I'm sitting over, if I'm Richard Freeman or I'm somebody like, if I'm somebody over on that side of the fence.
Yeah, because it
and
almost
I'm like,
brings
who's
itself.
my next guy?
Yeah. You
Like,
know, he
this
did
is
the
my
top
guy.
alcohol
Well,
thing.
so Zach's biggest hurdle for that, I believe, seeing him try it and do it, and he's going to. There's no doubt that he's going to. But he, like, I've always compared it to personally. Like, I have a background in NHRA racing, and my family, like, I grew up. I've got those connections. I raced with those people. Like, Zach's like cold calling. Like, these are
starting
cold calls,
from
because we
fresh.
still are the bracket racing thing. No matter the fact that we know for a fact that the guys winning at this level of what we do are better race car drivers than 90% of what they offer over there.
Yep.
But like, they don't know it. Like, they have their own niche box that they've lived in for 70 years and, you know, made a living doing it. So they don't, like, Zach Fulcher might not be the top name on their list, but he's better than every option that they have.
Yeah, he should be, right? He should definitely be up there because he gets it. Because he gets both sides. He understands the driving part, like, better than most. But he also understands what it takes to get there. Yeah, dude. He's also like, you know what? We don't have Bass Pro Shops in drag racing. We don't have that, right? It should. If Johnny Morris was looking to spend money in drag racing, brother, my guy is a former duck call Kentucky state champion. I'm not bullshitting y'all. That's a real thing. Yeah. Him and his, like, he is a professional duck caller. He hunts. He, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking, we're giving all this money to Austin and Ty Dillon, all this. If you're trying to get in drag racing, Johnny Morris, or if you're an outdoor company, maybe you're not Johnny, maybe you're REI or you're somebody, my guy, this is it. Cause he is not only the business, he gets both sides of it. You know, and I, like I said, big Zach Fulcher fan, but also just incredible job. Congrats to him. So pretty good way to end the day. So, man, we're right at an hour, so this is perfect timing. We are going to talk a little bit about our favorite moments and some awards from the year, right? 2026, one for the ages. Transitional year. Transformational.
Not to cut you, right?
Yeah.
This year for me, and obviously there's a lot for me personally going into this year. Like, I had a chip on my shoulder about it, and I wanted it to be right.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this year was different.
Yeah.
Like, this felt like a step that, like, we've been taking steps, you know, each year, but like this one felt like we took we stepped up what we brought to them.
Yeah.
But also, like, at the end of the year, I feel like we've stepped up in what we've allowed, doors we've opened for ourselves.
For sure.
I'll tell you guys, as an outsider looking at this, right? I've been watching TV. There's an old clip I got somewhere when I was on Costello's show from years ago. And I was like, I'm pretty sure these guys got the best thing going. Like, this they got next, right? Like, and you guys took such a massive swing this year that, like, I was a little nervous coming into this, right? When Brian was like, I hit up Brian back in November because I knew Adam had left and I knew you guys added an event. Yep. And I'm like, they're down, help. So I hit up Brian. I'm like, hey, man, you know, we met at the Door Car Race a couple years ago. Here's what I do now. If you know, hit me up. He says, what? I said, what event do you want me at? He says, let's do it. And I said, what event? He goes, all of them. And I was like, ooh. And you guys took such a huge swing this year that it seemed almost like, not impossible, but like you guys set such a high bar for yourselves to meet.
Right.
And like you met it.
But Brian, it's why it's so easy, but it's so easy for me to say yes, because I'm a risk taker, love to take risk. Brian, not that guy. When Brian takes
calculated
a
risk,
calculated, very calculated risk. So if he's on board, buddy, shit, you don't even have to tell me. Like, check the box, sign my name, sign that bitch.
We up.
All in, okay. And then I got there and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh wait, I might have said too many yeses on this deal. Like, and then my post I made, it was me, Shauna, Mom, Brian, PJ, and Steve. Like, we lost. Everybody else is gone, you know, for the most part. And like, that's the least of my worries, actually. You know, like, I don't know, but we had 5 people. We lost the rest of them, and that's the people we've ran since day one.
Yep.
You know.
And I mean, being able to reload, right? being able to reload and start fresh with different people and different and obviously look, just so we're not blowing smoke, this is there's a lot of downs too, right? There's a lot of lows where we're yelling on the phone, we're yelling on radios, we're cursing each other at the end of the weekend, but then we're fine on Monday, right? Like we're back at it on Monday. Or there's a lot of that goes into that, right?
And I got cussed on the internet multiple times this year, like
Sure.
like it's not, but that stuff, like I don't know, it just
feels like even with that, right? There's the high. Brian put it perfectly, and I'll just that part of it is, it's all worth the highs, right? Even all the stuff that we had to go through to get there, it's all worth the highs, and it felt like that. And Eric, thank you for this is a great Eric Paterko. Shout out to Eric. My guy left with a smile on his face. Got to check. Name was spelled wrong. Did it. Shout out to Micah, but he was doing it. Eric was trying like hell, and thank you, Eric, for coming, man. We appreciate you and your dad coming, and appreciate everybody that's attended the races for all of them, man. We, and that's
his dad was there on Tuesday, and like we were testing we made a couple runs in the Ultra Tech on Tuesday.
Yeah.
His dad was there like getting me things that I needed to like for the Ultra Tech. He was helping me with it because I'm like, we need this little part, and I'm like, ain't nobody here, we ain't got it.
Yeah.
And then he rolls up, and I'm like, hey, you got a little spark plug boot I can put on this carburetor real quick? And he's like, yeah, I got some. So it was fun.
That's good. See, I just think, and it's funny. My favorite part is that we got to experience 5 very vastly different racetracks and regions of the space, right? Like, obviously, we live in this thing here, but like, we go to St. Louis, right? We go to Bowling Green, we go to Columbus, we go to like this area, this T that we've made with our 5 events is still vastly different cars at a lot of them, right? Like, yeah, there are a lot that we're at all 5, but there's a lot that were new people just came to one for the first time, like a lot of that stuff, and that part really felt good. So I'm excited to go through some of these, right? It's like an awards, but it's also just kind of a retrospective of the year now that we've had less than 24 hours to digest it all, which makes it even better because it's fresh on your mind. So let me just throw out some random stats for you before we get into some of these. Most best losing package awards. You didn't think I would keep track of that, but I do. Gage Birch cracked them with 5. Do you know how good you have to? Do you know how good you have to be at losing? How good at it? Like how good you are at winning? You're that good at losing. And he missed a race, right? Because he was at World Foot Brake crushing them while we were at the 100K. And he got 5 best losing package awards. Gary Williams was at 4, and so was Josh Ludke at 4. So I thought that was pretty cool. Most ladders, Zach Fulcher at 4.
That adds up.
Yep. Most rounds by a female, Megan Schuster, 14.
She's good at this.
Yep.
She got a hot rod too.
Yep. Highest total rounds with no finals, Nick Hastings. 0 final rounds. Most rounds. Most round wins with a single entry, Nicholas Hastings, 48.
Yeah, if he I did want to point that out. Like if we had no drops in the points, Nick Hastings wins by like 80 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Most rounds overall, that means doubles and everything, Nick Hastings at 65.
Wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not wild because like who that is, but like that's a lot.
It's 5 races. He won 65 rounds.
Pretty
at the highest stage, swapping feet.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty impressive, man. So if I had to give outside of Zach winning the overall championship, if I had to give an end of the year MVP forever, it would be Nick Hastings 100%. From a consistent standpoint, right? Like he may be on the team, right? Like it's like when they give the MVP to the team that doesn't, the guy that doesn't win the Super Bowl or doesn't win whatever, like they still get the MVP because they have the best season. Like in reality, Nick Hastings had the most consistent season, never came to a single dragster race until this one.
Yep.
Like crazy.
It would have made it. I don't think it makes a difference in the end, but it could have made a difference. It could have made a huge difference when we were looking at it.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't talk about him as a huge threat this week, was because of how consistent he was all year.
Yeah.
Never saw a final, so he didn't get that big weekend total, but he had such a tall order to better what he'd done.
Yeah.
He was the guy. You know how we talk about NHRA, like 4th rounders are the hardest thing to get rid of. Those 60s.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, like he had 60s and 70s.
Think about that. His average, right, was 80 points a weekend.
That's what he was losing. Yeah, he was like 80, 90, 120.
Yeah,
and then he had to better that.
Yeah. So it's really difficult, but it was cool. So those are just some stats, right? Let's talk about, and we're going to go through, give each person their chance. We're going to talk about it. Best feel-good moment of the year. I separated these two, Troy, from what originally, because I originally had that thing up top. But best feel-good moment, for me, my feel-good moment I felt like was Adam Keir at the 100K. That was I felt like that was really, like, just really awesome. The emotion in the winner's circle and him coming to all our races, him being a supporter from the longest tow award for finish line, like, he wants this bad, right? Comes from a racing family, Ken Keir race cars and all this stuff, and like he's worked at being good, and he makes good laps. Really cool, and that was my feel good moment. What about you, Troy?
That's a good one, right? Because we talked a little bit before about like if you're making your list going into that weekend, like, love you, Adam, big dog, but like you weren't on my list. And there's bigger payouts, but that's the crown jewel. That's the identity of TB Promotions, right?
Sure.
The 100K. Yep. And so it's the biggest stage in that sense. And to see him do it, and because that SLE crew, like, by this point, we're 4 races into it. They've been grinding, they've been traveling, they've been going.
5.
They've had some good weekends here and there, but like, they've just been on the grind, and to see him park it, that was pretty amazing. I think for me, and maybe this is just me being a little starry-eyed at a guy like Gary Stinnett, right? Somebody that
was a huge one too, man. It was cool.
Yeah, I've got to interact with him, multiple times before, but I didn't realize until the winner's circle interview, kind of really what that meant to him. Right. And so for a guy that's won and all the ways that Gary Stinnett has won, to give the kind of speech that he gave in the winner's circle there, like, for me, that was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really good. What about you, Tebow?
First off, have you ever heard the Gary Stinnett's first Indy win interview?
No.
When he said it's the greatest day of his life. And then I sent it to him 30 years later, and he said still the greatest day in his life.
I love
which
that.
Is
That's
possible.
cool.
But like, so the Stinnett one for me is big, being like a Gary Stinnett fan, right? And knowing, like, I mean, the guy almost died. Let's just be
That
honest.
was what he said in the interview, which is amazing.
Yeah, did die, almost died, all of it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's big or it's Little Earn winning the
VMP.
100, right?
Yeah.
It was 100. We combined the 50
we
and
combined.
50, right?
Yep.
Like, Ernie is somebody that you don't see. Like, he's not coming to St. Louis. He's not going to Martin, but has all of the tools and all the ability and all of the talent and all the things to be successful at this level. But he just takes the chances that come close to him.
Sure.
And he, to see him be able to get it, especially with his dad there.
Yeah.
Big
awesome.
Earn.
Big Earn.
He's a Little Earn, like, he's #1 fan.
Yep.
Okay.
Flies
and
the flag.
I've seen it in slot car racing. Like, for one, his kid's probably the best slot car racer behind Steve Collier, or that's like, take your pick. But like, he's also, and just Ernie's good at every level that he does it. He can foot brake, he can hit the top. He's proved it. And, to kind of get that $100,000, I feel like the only thing that he probably didn't have was that, that one payday to say, I belong here, and he did it, and it was cool.
Yeah, he's won a ton.
PJ, you remember when you remember that was
what you said. That was the very first thing he said.
And maybe that was recency bias, right? Because as we kept talking, it was like, oh, but what about remember that one and remember that one? And
that's
like,
the
man,
best
there's
part.
been a lot of big moments, right?
Yeah.
And that was what we talked about that too. Like, that's not just some motto, right? It's catchy.
Yeah.
It's good for branding, right? But it's real.
Yeah, for sure.
And there were huge moments, and that was a big one. I'm glad we all kind of went different ways there, but all good moments.
A lot of great ones. Obviously, the other ones that we had listed, Sturgill wins his at the 75K, and David Wright winning the 250. Funniest moment. I'm gonna have to say I felt like me interviewing the wrong Steve Wither. Me interviewing the wrong guy. I just thought that was so. I don't know what happened. I panicked. I guess I don't know. But I'm interviewing Top Fuel Tommy, right? Not Steve Wither.
I look over. I'm talking to Dylan Witherell, and I look over and I hear you say, "We're gonna talk to Steve Witherell here for a minute," and you put your arm around him. I'm like, "Oh no, he's Steve Witherell standing next to the guy, but he ain't Steve Witherell."
It's too good.
And they just rolled with it, too.
Dude, it's too good.
Just let it happen.
It's too good. Yeah, funniest. That had to be my We've had a lot of funny ones so far. That was, for me, I was like, I can't believe y'all did that. That was my funniest. Tyler, what about you?
Oh, that one's definitely towards the top of my list. I do think. Let me think about this for a minute. It's the Steven Ryan at BMP, the whole private moment.
Yeah, it's funny now. It is funny. It's at the time, but
Yeah,
like
Steve had his feelings hurt at the time,
which is fair.
you know?
Totally
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
If we don't know each
Ryan's
other like
Brian
that.
a little bit in the fact that he comes off harsh and it just never
Sure.
like he don't
yeah,
even
yeah.
he's not even
He's
trying to be
thinking
like
about, yeah.
condescending about it, but it just hammers down.
But it's funny that we made it an inside joke now the rest of the time. That's why I put it on the list.
Yeah. For me, it's an overall thing when it comes to the funniest moments. Okay, like the fact that we have, like Troy said it this past weekend to Quinn.
Yeah.
If you're not getting, like, if they're not being hard on you in this group, if we're not like, let's just say,
for
if
sure.
we're not the entire time, like, you might want to question if you have a job, you know. But, but so for me, it's just all of that, and we do keep it light. And I am bad. I'm the world's worst about, like, I come into the door and you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know if you're gonna get funny. You don't know if I just decided to switch gears before I open the door and I'm gonna, tell you.
We don't know which Tyler we're getting. That's fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. But so like it's all. I can't pick one in that. I enjoy every minute of the time that we had together this year. I did.
That's fair. Troy, what about you?
I think I definitely would have, like, just gut reaction would say the ice cream incident, because like it was funny
legs,
to me.
Boys. It's got legs.
It was funny to me, right? Being in there,
yeah, sure,
and like being part of, like, being off camera and like poking you guys to just keep it off the rails, like just to keep sending it off the rails. Was I haven't cried like ugly cried like that for so long.
Friday was Friday was the greatest redemption round of all time. It was unmatched, dude. Like unmatched.
And then Brian's story about the Folk car, though,
bro.
Like,
so I'll tell this story quickly. This is pretty funny. So Brian asked Quinn. So we're on there Thursday, and Brian asked Quinn, "Hey,
that's so funny."
She says, "Hey, can you take some pictures of the Folk car?" That's what he asked her. He always gives her like a list of things to do. He says, "Hey, can you take some pictures of the Folk car, because we're giving away a dragster, right?" So they go their separate ways, whatever. She comes back to him, like, she's like, "Hey, I got some really good pictures of the Folk car," and she has her camera.
Burnout pics.
she's like, "Hey, I want to wait until it's running." And he's like, he didn't think anything of it. He's like, "That's weird. Why would it be running?" He thought maybe she got confused with the Ultratech. So then she shows him pictures later on. She's like, "Oh, look, I got him. Here's some pictures." And it's Nick Folk's Cobalt. And he's like, "Quinn, the Folk car that we're giving away, the dragster." She's like, never put two and two together. She's like, "Oh."
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's like, "You know what? That's my bad." So that was really, really good. Yeah, Brian told that story. That was funny.
The one thing about the ice cream incident that I just can't get over is, like, my anxiety as I get older. I'm bad. Like, uncomfortable situations, not my thing. But, like, if I'm with Brian or I'm with PJ or I'm with JP, like, I can do just about anything, right?
If they're cool with it, you're okay with it. Right.
Yeah, like, if they jump off bridge, Mom, I'm jumping off the bridge with them.
Yeah,
All
I
right?
get it.
So we get these ice creams, and I'm like, this doesn't feel comfortable. But then PJ starts rolling, and I'm like, well, if he's doing it, like,
I was trying to find a good way to eat it on camera, and it's just like I couldn't quite.
Well, and I know there's not a good way to eat it, but, like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. You're looking like it's all good, and so I'm in on this thing. Here I go. And
everyone's in on the joke now, though.
Yeah, but I barely hear you say, "This is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done on the internet." And then the instant thought, I just stopped, and I'm like, I know the weird ass shit that you've done on the internet. I've watched you, like, air humping on stage.
I get it, dog.
On the internet, okay? Like, and I froze. I didn't know what. Like, that was it for me. That was, like, now that he said it's the most uncomfortable, X, big red X.
Yeah, I really felt like it put a stamp. As negative as it came off in the whole situation, it's actually turned into something super funny, right? Everybody's always like, "Get him some ice cream," and Rick Huffman.
Nobody sent you guys another kind of food that wasn't shaped.
Bro, the rest of them are all phallic-shaped foods, right? The worst is Sunday.
Hot dogs, Twinkies,
bro. So the US 131 crew doesn't know that this has happened, right? And US 131 staff special for the day is Polish sausage. They bring us an entire rack of Polish sausage, and Troy's off camera. They bring it to us while.
Dude, did they open the styrofoam thing, like the styrofoam boxes?
And Troy
they're like,
opens it.
I was expecting like, because it was Polish sausage and like baked beans and
sauerkraut and whatever.
And so I'm expecting them like there's 4 stacked boxes, and I'm like, okay, so each box has like the meal. No, first box he opens is just like jammed in there, 3 wide.
And he's off camera egging it on, right? And he's like, should we? And I'm like,
like, oh my God.
Yeah, it was good, man. Everybody's a cool sport about it, so it all worked out. Those were good, man. We had a lot of funny moments, so that was good.
It's good that you got one from pretty much. I mean, we had moments, top shelf good times at every race. Yeah, it was good.
It was great.
So far.
Female racer of the year. The list is pretty good, pretty deep. I as I mentioned, the most round wins was Megan Schuster. But to me, I'm going to go with Britt. She was in late at Columbus and made it to 5 at the 250. So Britt was my female racer of the year. Thought she does. Again, I like we're very lucky to have a very diverse base of racers that have raced with us everywhere, right? That have come to all of them. And females, not that I ever like to separate them, right? Because I treat them, I think that they treated equally on the racetrack.
But I feel like we have a group of them that is exceptional.
Yeah, really, really good. And 100%. Marla Hunter's another one. She got last remaining female every race she went to at least once.
Yes.
Which is incredible. Like she really, really great. But I went with Britt Ulmer was my pick for female racer of the year. What about you, Troy?
All great picks, and it's hard to argue with the most round wins, and mine's recency bias for sure. But like the laps that Lindsay Back was laying down this weekend, she didn't get them all through, but she was laying down laps every single time she went to the starting line, and sometimes they didn't get through because everybody's crushing at 131, but like she was driving the wheels off that thing. So
for sure,
shout out to Lindsay because she was wrecking it.
Yeah. What about you, Tebow?
And I'll put the biased up front.
Yeah.
That it's Britt Ulmer for me.
Yep.
I feel like it's amazing. She puts in just as much time, passion, and effort into this sport as anybody out there.
1,000%.
And to see it come back, come to fruition on the racetrack for her. She can do it a lot of different ways. She's not one-dimensional. She has a box of tricks that she could pull out and play on everybody, just like I do or you do or whoever.
Oh, not me.
So,
but yeah, I only got
the lane switch. That was her, right?
Yeah.
Well, so I don't know that. We're still pulling. We're still picking all the pieces together. I don't.
We're trying to get the true story. We don't know yet.
We don't really know the whole truth. We do know basically that me and Brown were like, you got lane choice. What lane do you want? I want the right. Okay, done deal. You got the right lane. And we swapped them. But yeah, it's just, at this level, it is very hard to do this without having that bag of tricks. I feel like she works very hard on having it and being able to do it. And, I think she's going to have an immense amount of, success here. So I do. And that might be the same every year for me. Like I said, as somebody who has devoted their entire life to this, seeing her do that and seeing that be the reason that she has the success that she does is hard for me not to pick her.
For sure. Video clip of the year. Now, there's been some good ones. There's been some bad ones. And there's been some right in the middle. The first, I'm just going to go through some of the options that we have, right? Obviously, we have not talked about it, right? But there is the clip. There is the clip that happened at BG. It happened. It was what it was. It's been on more media pages than any. So Troy put in the notes.
This year, bro.
Yeah, Troy put in the notes objectively which one had the most views. Well, Troy, I think you knew the answer to that. I don't know why you put it out there because we didn't post it and it still got the most views. So there's that.
Were you thinking yours? I don't know. That one definitely got.
No, that one obviously that's up there, right? That's something like it. Look, that's just live TV for you, right? It's unfortunate event, but my favorite of the video clip, this wasn't my favorite, this is just another one that we had listed, was Troy uploading a big wheel stand at St. Louis to his page. Meanwhile, Brian's preaching virality. He's like, we gotta go. We need something to go viral. And Troy gets like 200 million views on a wheel stand on his car. Whose car was it? Lucas's or Kenny?
Yeah,
Lucas.
It was Cool Whip. It was Cool Whip. I think just native views on my page. I'm looking at right now, 175,000.
Brian is absolutely furious. First race of the year. Troy's like, let me just post this to my personal page. I don't care what they do. So that was a really good one. That was massive. Obviously, the ice cream incident video was pretty good. The Underwood wheelie was a really good one too. We don't have to pick. I was just bringing these off. The Underwood wheelie was awesome because that was a big one. But my favorite part about all of these when they're posted, the burn down was a big one, right? I edited the burn down and I put that one up. Look, I'm not a burn down guy. I have my rhythm. My rhythm is my rhythm. I'm not worried about anybody else. My thing is I know what I'm doing, right? So I always think burn downs are funny because I don't really understand them in the sense of like, because at that point, like to me, there's no rhythm, right? It's like the music stopped and y'all were dancing and then all of a sudden we just stopped like we're frozen, right? But I get why people like them and enjoy them, right? So
they're entertaining.
Yeah, and Troy crushed
There was another one yesterday that y'all totally missed. It was Zach Smith and Donovan, and Johnson played it back for me. Donovan is literally like nodding.
Yeah, I saw that. Someone said that to me. Yes, like, they said that to me today.
You can see it on the live feed. He's just like, "You going? You better."
And
you better go.
I think I may have egged that on for. Unfortunately, I put it on the internet. But that's the thing is the crazier thing is not only did this happen with them once, the burn down. I did the video. Troy crushed it.
Came right back and did it again.
They came right back in the lanes and did it again.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, this is crazy." But the video clips are funny. But I would say honestly, probably just the Troy one is the best video clip of the year because posting it to his personal page. I just think, and it was first race of the year. It's just so good.
I wasn't even on the mic. I just saw
know,
it. TJ crushed the call.
Yeah, TJ like, Jordan's on the call. I forgot about that too.
And I just wanted to show the boys back home like what's going down out here in St. Louis. You know?
Yeah, he just blew up. Yeah, it was great. So that one was a good one.
So the Underwood one has turned into a thing for me back home.
Oh, really?
So that one sticks with me because like people saw it and you guys shared it, right? And it did whatever it did.
Yeah. I immediately clipped it. Brian's on me. I don't even think Underwood had landed the front wheels yet. And Brian's like, "Did we clip that?" I'm like, he's got to win the race first. Hold on here. What do you want me to do?
And so now everybody at the track asked me why I gotta be so nasty. Like when at Night of Fire, like every time I come back around, like my man Sonny Sharadella, the guy that put my motor together, was you know, he just like every time I see him.
10 take 7. Why you gotta be so nasty? If the announcer at that race didn't say that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, completely.
Man, we gotta get the call. I'm all about the callback. You know, I'm all about the callback.
Yeah.
On that same thing, we're going to go to I'm going to jump around a little bit now. Best phrase or call used by an announcer. We got a few of them. Let us know in the chat right now what y'all's is. This is going to be your opportunity while we talk about it, and then I'll read back through some of your guys. What's your favorite like phrase that one of the announcers does, or maybe your favorite call that you heard at one of the TB races throughout the year? Some of the ones I have here, first off, just right off the rip, is top shelf good time. I mean, Troy came up with that right off the rip, first race, top shelf, good time. And I was like, oh, baby, we are cooking with gas now. We are in there. We should have consulted with Troy before we made all these shirts. That should have been
you guys put me on the spot. I was still green and like wide-eyed.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, man, what do you think about this? You know, and it was like top shelf is a thing I say a lot about lots of things that are good. And it was like, that was all I had. Like,
top shelf.
And then like a little later, you said good time, and then I'm like, yeah, we are the top shelf.
Top shelf, good time. That was a good one. Troy has put mine down as just a bit outside. If you guys haven't seen, obviously, Major League, Bob Uecker in there, just a bit outside.
It can only come up every so often, right? But like,
Yeah.
But you were always ready with it. And anytime I'd hear it, sometimes I'd be sitting right there, somebody would be out in the pits. I hear it come over the PA, and I was like,
Yeah, try to not overuse that one. The another one from me, and then I'll move. Oh, no. Oh, no. And then just the pause. And then Troy texts me today. He's like, it's the pause right after. Oh, no.
Yeah. It's the dead silence. It's the moment of silence. You just let it hang with them for a minute, and it's like, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's a good one. Troy's this weekend. I love it when you call me Big Papa. That was a big one. That was awesome. What were you just in the moment you were feeling it? Because you're like me, right? Me and you have like the music references, the movie. Like me and you are on that same vibe of announcing style.
Well, Chase is like feeding me stats. Shout out to my guy Chase Huffman, like stat guy. Like that,
bro, I love when he texts me and Tyler. Like we're on camera and he's texting me, and I'm like trying to look at that while doing it.
He's feeding me all weekend long about Nathan Martin and about all these people. He's like, so and so did this and so did that. And Carter wanted a shout out from Papa.
Yeah.
And the card says Biggie Smalls,
right.
you know, and it was
Perfect.
like, so it just all all came together, and he got the win.
Yep.
So it was like, it worked.
That was a good one. One of the more recent ones, we were doing the re-entry round. Look, Joe Cheeseman, we've been giving him nothing but praise. That guy ought to have a sponsorship by the end of this weekend too, right? But I'll tell you, there's a clip. Me and Troy we're in the hotel afterwards, and we're like watching the feedback just because we're trying to remember the whole thing that transpired. But you can't hear Troy. But Troy's off to the side, obviously mouthing stuff to us or saying stuff. And Joe Cheeseman, right, is just super yoked. And I kept bringing it up because it's incredible. Him and Josh Fulcher, I said earlier in the year, him and Josh Fulcher should have a pose off like in wrestling because they're both yoked. But I was like, damn, a trans break button hates to see Joe Cheeseman coming. And Troy's on the side to the hand motion. Troy, put your hand to the he's on the side. It's just too good, dude. And we are absolute. I lost all. I mean, it was too good. It was just the best.
You were out of frame. I told him. I told him at the hotel he was slumped over like Abe Lincoln at the Ford Theater, just off to the side of the camera for like 20 minutes.
You would not be able to say that at other bracket races.
And then Tyler,
that would not be okay.
Tyler calls the lap, right? Tyler calls the lap, and then he's like, "It's off through." He's like, "You know we're in trouble." The best. He's like, "You know we're in trouble if I'm the one keeping it together."
Yeah.
I was like, "It's too good." So that was a good one. I enjoyed that one. This was one that Steve sent to us. He said, "A guy, Joe Julesrid." He had two with Joel Julesrid. He kept calling him Battleship Joe because everything they own is Battleship Gray. And I was like, that's pretty funny. But he's like, he's got him covered up like a cheap suit from Goodwill. And I just thought that was so good.
And all of Steve's isms.
I know, I don't have all of them.
For me, like, I'm a hillbilly, okay?
Yeah.
And all of those things are Eastern Kentucky hillbilly Steve Pointer. That's what that is. When it comes out, it ain't even a thought that it's funny.
It's
like,
just
that's
just him.
They just use that, right?
Yeah,
that is just him. You know, and I loved, and I don't know if one of y'all came up with this or what. And he, you know how Steve is. He hears it out of his right ear.
Yeah, and then
can't
he
see it with either eye, but he says it like can you smell what the rock is cooking? You know, like
that was all Steve.
That was
it was
he
all
came
Steve?
up with that. I mean, obviously, I would do the rock. I would do a wrestling thing, but he came.
I figured it was
a
PJ thing.
No,
right?
that was
like,
him. Me and him send. We send Instagram reels back and forth about wrestling all the time. But we were joking. Dude, I was so off. We were talking about the Macho Man thing, me and Troy. He's like, just imagine if one of these guys cuts a Macho Man promo in the winner's circle. He's like, the cream always right. He just happened to have creamer and did the whole thing. And me and Troy are dying. It's dude, it was out of control. I was like, this is my favorite thing.
Uncle Steve's the best, man. So
he
my
has
boy
so
Brandon,
many good ones.
Well, yeah, like
hobo
like,
on a ham sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, come on, all right.
It's too good.
So many good ones.
I think,
like you said, it's just his. Like it's so natural. And my buddy Brandon hit me up. He's like, "Who's the older guy?" I'm like, "That's Uncle Steve, dog."
Yeah.
Like,
Uncle
Steve's
Steve,
the man.
Yeah, and it's crazy because he's calling it blind. You know, like he can't see the screen, so he just makes it up. So it's great.
We had like 6 months there where he got his eyesight back, and then we're back down the hill again.
He's seeing two different visuals. He's got two different things going on.
Yeah, the funniest one for me is in Troy. I'm blaming this all on Troy. First off, I'm gonna praise Troy for Troy got this prayer together. There's no doubt that it gets old hearing the same prayer from Steve every day. So I was like pumped. Troy did the deal. It was great. But then Saturday the 250, I'm like, all right, here's the deal.
We need
I want the hair on my arms to stand up when we're praising Jesus on Saturday morning. So I've like Steve goes deep, right? Like they're, basically me and Brian, we're laughing about it. And it's not about we're not, it's a whole thing.
No, you're laughing
right?
because it's almost like a song because it's the same wording, the same cadence, the same tempo.
Yeah. And it's,
what
I mean, and it'll make you feel it, right?
Yeah,
we've got men and women under fire, taking bombs. You know, they're dragging out of there with their legs falling off, and you know, like I mean, he makes you feel it, right? It's a lot. And so I'm like, all right, Saturday, like I was on the chip Saturday morning. I want Steve's prayer. I want the cross of Calvary. Like, you know, I want.
We're ready for it. We
Brian
needed it.
Brian goes, Troy, we're not telling you that it's bad. We're just telling you you haven't sinned enough. You're not asking Jesus for enough. Okay, Steve has. I have. Troy's just too good of a person, right? He ain't gonna have that dog in him when he's talking to Jesus, right? We need it from Steve. So he starts this thing. Well, Troy makes a comment to him before the prayer.
Well, it was earlier. He goes, you can't, because I said that prayer once before, because I knew I was going to have to do it. And I was like, oh, I got to get my thoughts together. I don't pray.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
And the first time it hit, Mark comes up, he goes, brother, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
But he goes, you can't say the same prayer again. I was like, all right, cross of Calvary. And it threw him off his game.
It did.
It sure did. You had him shook in his boots.
Like, the whole reason I wanted Steve, I wanted it to be exact. I didn't want him to change nothing. I wanted to feel.
I needed
like
him to say it.
Afghanis were shooting AK-47s at me,
literally,
and that Jesus had a bubble around me, and I wanted the whole deal. Okay, and he just fumbles it because Troy scared him to death.
He got so it was almost like you told him, "Hey, man, you're gonna be on stage, right? Oh, you're gonna be on stage in 20," and it's like he thought like. Wait, I've been doing this on stage.
I room by myself.
Yeah, I thought like what? I mean, I was like, Steve, how did you forget the cross? You've been saying the cross of Calvary for as long as I've known you. Like what?
The mouth of the South Junior is the cross of Calvary. Okay, I've been hearing that shit.
That's literally what I have in the notes here as best phrases. It's just the cross of Calvary. It's just all
you said to it's like when Truman found out he was on a TV show.
100%. He's like, wait, what? Yeah, it's crazy, man. Steve, though, maybe I'll have some time where I can clip some Steve-isms from the Motor Mania feed, and we'll just do like a best Steve call. Chuck's got a good one. Wow, when he does that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't have the tenor that he has, but wow.
Yeah. And this past weekend, he had Cohen next to him running the computer, and Cohen, you look at Cohen, you could tell that this guy is probably going to Harvard or something. Like he's smart. Okay, you can just look at it, right? You can see a smart person. You know a smart person when you see one.
Yep.
Well, Steve, there's obviously a big difference in vocabulary from Cohen to Steve. And so Cohen's teaching him these words, and he's telling us all about these words he's learning. And I think he was trying so hard to, use these big words. I hear something, damn it, whatever it was, and he says he puts like three words together that don't make sense, and he's like, just vulgar.
Oh yeah,
but it's like
he said it was nasty, vulgar, grotesque.
Yeah. It was vulgarly grotesque.
Yeah, vulgarly grotesque.
What? I mean, love it, but what?
It was so good. I love it, dude. Steve is honestly it's just such a great aspect, and we all have differing.
And we all want to do the best job that we can. And Brian and I talked about caring about what you're doing is all of it, right?
100%. You got to care about it.
I'm not going to make, and he talks about people don't work for me, right? We're all just doing this deal together.
Yep.
And that's what, you've got to want to do it. I can't make you want to do it.
Yep.
That's just not, for one, that's not who I am. And this is all I've ever done. And I don't know how to not care about it, even when I don't want to care about it.
Sure.
So Troy wants to be the best he can be for the product, and you in the space that you're in now. We talked about this today. Before, when you were just helping us with random things and trying to do a little bit of this.
Yeah.
You were, you just it's not what you wanted to do.
Sure.
Right. Not you did fine with it, but you could tell that it wasn't what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now we've built this whole space that's if you don't do it, I don't know how we're going to do it.
Right.
But you enjoy doing it. You care about
sure.
it. You want the best product out there. And then Steve is that guy too. Steve has his own way of doing it, his own way of showing it, but he is constantly trying to better himself at 60 something years old.
Yep.
For the product that he gives. And it's just super cool to see everybody try to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever been an empty SLE hydration station since Steve's been with us. I mean, my guy has dumped more water into coolers than Adam Sandler in Waterboy. I'm just that's how much he's thrown out. So, but no, he's just been it's been great, and I think That's a huge, like I said, it just adds to it. And Jeff Griffo, he said that was Steve's best performance. I'm just going to say this. Before the rain hit at the 100K,
my man was cooking.
that was the greatest performance. Watch it. If you guys have it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just clip that. That's what I should have done. That from the prayer at the beginning to those rounds, whatever it was, 10 pair or whatever it was, is the greatest performance of all time. Never cracked, never missed, he didn't have to float anything. Cadence was cooking. It was on. And then the rain ruined everything. But yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, those were that. All right. Got a few left here. Favorite fill-in announcer. And I'm gonna laugh because Troy typed in Steve Pointer. And I was like, this guy right here, favorite fill-in. The fill-in announcers are the people who just kind of come in and hang out with us. Adam, Dylan, TJ Jordan, Jace Wanamaker this weekend. Something he puts in there Steve Pointer. I was like, damn it.
I had to get him. It was like St. Louis or Columbus. And he goes, I got my sidekick here.
Oh, yeah. I every time he said sidekick, I just lost it.
And I was like,
well, he thinks he's Batman.
I had to get him back. So,
and the big thing about announcers for us is like, obviously every racer out there has announcers that they love, has announcers that they like, has announcers that they don't like. For me, I don't really like, as for TV promotions, I just don't want every race to sound the same on Motor Mania.
Right. We like to mix
how many
it up,
how many races do you turn on Motor Mania? And Steve does his 20 races a year. Troy does his, how many damn races Troy does now. Troy does everything from national events.
Yeah, he's a professional announcer.
He just does it all. So but you don't, you're not going to turn on a fling and hear Steve Pointer.
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
and you're not going to turn on, like the Ace. Ace does a great job about having Matt Zapp. Like Matt Zapp does the Ace races.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's a little bit unique to us, right? And they fit us. Like Troy has the part of us that loves, racing and, kind of fills that void. And Steve's a hillbilly, like Brian and I. And it's just a good, mix of who we are.
Yep.
And it shows in what they do. So, for me, I love having kind of a unique group to do it and to call laps.
Yeah, I enjoyed, I think that's the big thing about that is that we're all a little different. Obviously, me and Tyler bring a little mix entertainment there in the middle of it where it's not so serious, right? And break it up. But Troy and Steve have differing approaches to it as well, which is huge. So I think that's big. Last thing for announcers, best nickname you gave out as an announcer. Oh, did I lose Tyler? Oh, no.
I'm here.
Nope, we didn't lose anybody. I'm so sorry. That's my fault. It's this thing gives up sometimes where it's like, no, we got different.
Troy, that scares the shit out of you, don't it? You think you're
because I'm like, dang, everybody left me. Okay, we back though.
Yeah, I didn't know what happened there.
We're back. I knew this was going to happen too.
Oh, but I'm Tyler Bohannon.
You're Tyler Bohannon. That's okay. While I get
I'm in both spots.
While I get this fixed, there we
go.
I knew it was going to do it. It's got my number. What's the best nickname you feel like you gave out this weekend, Troy?
Oh, I've been hammering Chad Duke, calling him Duramax Duke for quite a few events now because of those mirrors.
That
are on the Camaro. So
that was a good one. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Yeah. And there was really no escaping it for him.
Do we want to talk about dinner? And Troy took a bribe this week, just so everybody knows.
Yeah,
that's
all I'll say about
that. I shouldn't have.
You should not have taken.
I enjoyed it.
And I'm just going to hope. I don't know who this guy was. I hope they're buddies.
Yeah. They're probably not. I hope.
I hope so.
Old Duramax Duke. Well, the good thing is he's not going to yell at me until next year. So we'll get that. We'll be okay. Tyler, did you have any good nicknames you gave out?
I don't think, did I give any out?
No, that's not not your thing. That's normally my thing that I just bait you into. Yeah.
Yeah, you do bait me into it. And then you say some of them, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that was a little, okay. We're rolling with it.
Yeah, first off, okay, just so everybody knows, I called him Bub and Fug, not.
No, I was swear it's Bub and Tug. Okay,
I may have said Tug
and situation that was transpiring in front of it. I lost my shit. Okay. Like the whole situation, I'm looking.
You know what? I did say Bub and Tug.
I'm looking in the water. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I did say Bub and Tug. That's my bad, man. Shout out to Nick Ferraro though for being a good sport about it. I told Bailey, I was like, man, I had no idea. I'm so sorry. He's like, no, my brother don't care. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Not a single. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely did not say Rub and Tug, just so everyone knows.
I did.
Troy
couple
did not.
times.
Yeah, so Troy's like, I'm just gonna run my own dealer. Don't worry about it.
Set it right on the side of the car.
No, that was that was good. All right. What do you think was the best unique thing we did this year? Like unique to us. Obviously, the racing is always unique to us, but like little thing that's not the race specific, like something else unique that we did. Troy, what do you think the most unique thing we did?
It's so obvious. It's like this sucks because like I think it's super obvious like what the real winner is, but like what you guys did with the members only club, and the championship, like that, nobody doing that.
Yeah,
right?
It's
but
pretty
to me, that's something that other promotions could do. Right, they could do that.
They have. I will say, like, and we are big on. Lampton made a big comment on the internet that you're not reinventing the wheel, you're just moving the tire pressure a little bit, which is totally a Lamp comment, and I loved it. But like we are, like I have no problems. I like drag racing because I like the product that's given most of the time.
Yeah, right.
We just do it. We check. We
it's
adjust
its own unique thing. The
Yeah.
thing that nobody else can do now that like you have the market, all of the market share forever and all time is the redemption round. That's the most unique thing. It took a round that is a snoozer.
Yeah.
And maybe only because it's picture in picture, because the unfair thing about the redemption round but the buyback round, like that, I said it earlier in the scene, this is the first big moment in the race.
Yeah.
Like this is, for the people that are in that round, it is big time.
Yeah,
it's big time.
Hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're single enter, this is the final round for you. And you might go 1.5 rounds and be out $1,500.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
for sure.
it hurts. And
Yep.
so, and you guys took that and made it into something that was worth watching, and not just worth watching, but like people tune in. Like ain't nobody going anywhere when they're waiting for that to come on. And
Sure.
That's something like people can make up championship chases. They could give away race cars. Anyone can do that in their own version of that, but nobody can do the redemption round. Like,
well, I did tell you, like, being as I'm half owner of TV Promotions, our services are not for sale to anybody, but we will offer them for pretty much free to the Troy Abercrombie races.
Oh yeah, to TA. Yeah, we'll do redemption round at Summer Show.
I usually let buybacks go straight into the second round. I might have to create a re-entry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
We'll
okay.
just do
We'll
a
just do a
re-entry
second round. You're getting it.
Give us second
This
round.
is your
I
opportunity.
know. What did I tell you? I told you give us first round.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll just start racing second round. If
we'll just
buybacks
hit the
go in
buyback
second round, I'll
yeah.
skip first round.
Perfect. That's a great
I might
idea.
add a re-entry round just so we can have it.
I'm in.
That's good shit. No, we appreciate the kind words. First off, I thank you guys, and I'm so glad that a lot of you guys like it. Like I said, it's very, it is the first thing that I've created, but it's kind of like lightning in a bottle. We just kind of did something and it worked.
Because we're bored for like 2 hours a day.
Yeah, and I was like, let's do something different. And for me, I will say that I'm always constantly thinking of different stuff for me as the entertainment value. Like I'm always thinking of the entertainment value from a customer perspective. Like that's my thing.
And you have to, because like there's so much for Brian and I that going on. Like we're just trying to make sure that our customers are getting the value that they need in the staging lanes on the racetrack. And like, but the entertainment value of what we provide outside of that is so huge, especially in this day and age. And we don't have the bandwidth to do it. And we honestly don't have the knowledge to do it. Like Brian's learned so much about social media and carrying that. And he's done him and Shauna this year, by the way, and you absolutely killed it.
Dude, it's
like,
unbelievable.
Everything
look, I just only have to do it for 72 hours a weekend.
Right.
And these guys are doing it constantly.
Shauna, but like I see Shauna's notes on our Google Docs that like she's constantly got ideas of stuff to post. But the entertainment value of the race, like having you to do that is I think priceless.
It's been super cool. It's been super cool. And I think that's what I was gonna say. Like my thing is also thinking of how like do we support our partners better, right? So I am going to 100% take credit for the Get 'em Challenge with Brian. Like that is my idea. Brian came up with the race idea, and like that part. I was like, hey, we should do something unique for them, like a shootout or a 4-car, something, because they are such a big partner. But like they're our home race. So then at that point, I was like, damn, this is the home race for them. Let's do something for our sponsors at all of the home races, right? So
it's a big moment for the racer. It's a big moment for us. Brian and I were standing there next to each other for it. And we're like, this could cost us up to $10,000.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
just for this pair in the middle of this race.
Right.
You know, like
right.
And that was a part for him and I that's kind of like get your nerves up a little bit in the middle of nothing, and then you know, for the racer, like, okay, they lost second round, but here they are going to pull out here and just try to go dead on and make money from it. You know.
No,
and,
I thought that was the coolest thing.
Cool.
And Langdon said it perfectly. Cool. I just want to take Brian's money, and I just thought that was a cool, unique thing that we're trying to do.
There's nobody on this planet that doesn't like to take Brian's money. I love to.
I love when he just hands it to me. It's one of my favorite pastimes. Brian just hands me money. Thank you so much. That was a good one. And then I'm going to say shout out to Overkill and Go GPS. I think that's a unique thing that they're trying to do with the golf cart race. Obviously, we didn't get it in this weekend, but it's still cool that they wanted to do that for the racers that are there early.
100%.
And all those things. That was pretty cool. And I don't care if anybody else liked it. I enjoyed it. We put a backhoe and we filled it with ice and beer, and everybody was taking pictures of it, which I was like, heck yeah, this worked out. For Scott White, for Scott Taylor, excavating, it was cool. I asked him in bowling, I was like, hey, what are the chances you'll bring me a backhoe to the race? He's like, oh, well, I already got 2 there. Well, then I got there and there were none there. And he's like, do you still want to do it? I was like, yeah. I was like, is it a big deal to bring one back? He's like, no, I just call my boy. Boy brings one 25 minutes. There it was. And Brian's like, your skid steer's over there. And I'm like, okay. So I fill it up. Everybody loved it. So
it was great.
I finally got one over.
Out front of it,
finally got one over. And then Bailey, like the pro he is, drove it right over there and backed it up in the winner's circle so everybody could have beer for the 250. It was awesome. So we did a lot of cool shit this year. Next year, my goal is to just do more cool, unique shit race by race. Not something that has to go across all of them, but at each race have something a little different.
Moments, right? You are a big part of creating the moments that we have, especially like you said with the entertainment stuff and the live feed. Like we've been pushing so hard to change not what Motor Mania is, but the product that we like. There's ways you can use Motor Mania. Like Mark is open to all this shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Mark follows you around like a puppy dog with his camera and your microphone, and y'all are right.
We have a great time.
Yeah, you do. And
me and him catch up. We got ideas going all the time. We're always talking about shit. It's great.
We might overstep a little bit, and but Mark is good about like how he handles it with us. Like, hey guys, we probably can't do that. All right, let's calm it down.
He'll reel it in at least, But no, I agree.
But he's good at it, and like it's a tool that not only like all the promoters and we did forever. You use it as a tool to get your product out there, but then once you do that. Once you get there and you realize you can use it for so much more to better what you're trying to do as well.
Yeah, we're just trying to get more insight. I think another unique thing that you guys are going to see soon too is we did it for the first time this weekend was with Tyler Rudolph and his videos. I was doing those originally, but it's hard. I can't do everything else and do those. And so it was like a little. So Tyler we kind of talked with Tyler and he was like, I want to do something as a mini doc for the 250, and I was like, sick, I'm in. Like, let's do it. And so that's really cool for us. I really Dylan's so funny. I think it was just really cool. So we're excited to see that. That should be done soon. As soon as we get him the rest of the footage that we need off of the thing is really cool. So there's a lot of just like, again, I'm not trying to like toot our own horn or stroke my own ego. I think it's just, we appreciate all of you guys watching, because without you guys watching and without you supporting it, we wouldn't be doing this. So that's really what I'm trying to say there. With all of that. But Dylan, you are correct. Troy does need a private jet. Commercial's just not cutting
Let's go.
Next year, maybe Kalita Air might be able to sponsor us. We're just not sure if we can get Langdon to do enough races. He's got work some. So, all right, last couple of questions. We're going to finish this up. We've been going at it for pretty good. This is our longest episode to date. We don't normally do these long ones because I know but everyone's hanging out with us. Yeah, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us all night. Last 3 questions. First one. Favorite T-shirt design of the year, Troy?
The color scheme on the VMP race was
super
my favorite.
ill, right?
It had the neon colors and like it was super sweet. And the
2 years in a row.
The car didn't have the mirrors on it, so it looked really good.
It looked super good. It didn't have the suburban. Didn't have suburban mirrors.
Yeah, no, my favorite shirt that I wear the most is the VMP shirt.
What about
the Twin 50s for me is a close second.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got it on right now, I think.
No,
but
is he rocking?
Oh, I do. I'm wearing it right now at this very moment. Yeah.
So I will say, like, Virginia is in the running for 2 years in a row best shirt, but the for me it was the Columbus one this year. It had. I'm big on the cars that are put on it and all that. That's my thing, and then the colors. So, but Columbus for me.
Okay.
They were all really good.
Yeah, mine is the OG, is the 100K because it had Rusty Ashmore's Calais on it. This is my-
And we were sitting in the winter circle last 2025 going,
Yeah.
all right.
We're putting this on a shirt.
Yeah, we're putting this on a shirt. All right, let's go.
Shout out to Rusty Ashmore.
The Cobalt looked sick on the 250 shirt, though.
It did.
I agree. Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Quinn got a lot of good pictures of that. So you see. Giveaway car of the year. Tyler, what was your favorite giveaway car?
You know, it's oh gosh. So we did the Ezel, the 2 Americans, and the 2 Folks, right?
Yep.
So and I'm a nitpicker on the paint thing.
Yeah.
Overall use of colors, I'm going Ezel.
Yep.
Okay. Absolutely love that car. Things that you hide in the paint that nobody's going to see unless they paint, that always goes to Jerron. He hides the little things. And on the Bowling Green car, he hid a pinstripe, quote unquote pinstripe, that was the carbon. Like the outline of the color was the carbon. And that was new. I'd never seen that. Loved it. So you know, 2 different kind of things there that I loved. I loved the color usage and the overall, you know, Ezel car, but the things that Jerron, you know, JP does this too. He hides little shit and then like gets his feelings hurt when you don't see it.
Yeah.
But like the only people with the talent that he has see it.
Yeah.
You know, and Jerron does that little stuff too. And I did see a couple things he did that I loved.
As artists, and as a former artist, I'm not an artist anymore, but as an artist before, definitely take things right personally to a certain extent. You're like, why didn't you get that? Or I'd be like, what do you mean you didn't get that line? What the hell? So I get that. That's fair. Troy, what about you? What's your favorite car? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's the
best seller, like the best overall, like, because these cars, right? Like you can go too crazy, and you can go too plain. But the best sellable car, I think, was the Virginia car.
So that's my favorite. That's what I was gonna say. Is Virginia was my favorite between that and I love the Ezel car because I love like that splash of wild was awesome. I thought that was really, really great. But the VMP car was my favorite from like I get it. Okay, I like it. What about you, Troy?
Well, and it matched the shirt too. Like you put baby blue on anything, and I'm hooked.
Yeah.
And so I liked the color on the Ezel car because it was wild and it just was cool, and the blue was super sick. Yep. I mentioned to you, I thought the VMP car was really nice. For me, like in a world of wild cars, like the Bowling Green car did it for me.
Sick.
It's clean, it's classy, it's slick, it's smooth, right? Like that's a timeless. That one's never not in style, right? Some of these other cars in 10 years would be like, man, what was going on in 26? Like, what you know what I mean? Like,
and when they put flames and stripes on shit, but and then they did this travel stuff. Like it's badass, and I love it. But like we got all this shit going on. You know?
In 50 years, the car that we had at Bowling Green still looks sick.
Still exists. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, and it still looks like it's still like bam,
nice,
on point. So
okay, all right. Let me go to where's this next one here? All right, last 2 here. So. Underrated racer of the year with us. I'll preface it with people that showed up that I maybe didn't know before, people that put their name on the map because of the 5 races or things like that. Like I just think
your number 1 on the list is mine, hands down.
Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. So it's just one of those things like where people came, they're new. Maybe they're not new to the sport. They're just new to our thing, right? They haven't been to a lot of TB races, or maybe they have been, but they hadn't put it together yet. Stuff
they had
like
a great
that,
success this year, right?
They had a big year.
Made a name for themselves inside of TV promotions this year, for sure. And then, like I said, for me, I'll go ahead and start it. Isaac Bridges, 100%. I learned stuff about his family and their racing history. But Isaac Bridges continued to get better all year. Obviously, from Bowling Green to Martin, after winning a 50-grander, you can't really get better. But like a guy who consistently got better all year and ended up in the winner circle, put his name on the map with TB Promotions this year, and underrated racer of the year for me, Isaac Bridges.
What about you, Troy?
The whole list is great picks. I think for me, I've thought about this a bunch because I probably would have went with you on Isaac, and then I was like, maybe it's Adam, right? Because no one, that was not on the bingo card. But Dylan Guy came into the 250 sitting number 5 in the points. Only time I ever heard of Dylan Guy was because Cooper Chun ended up being friends with him, and he helped him get down to Immokalee and race some races, right?
Yeah.
This kid's like barely 21, I think. He's showing up there a lot of times by himself.
No, he's of age now. He's like 24.
I said he's barely 20.
No,
well, whatever.
Like,
he's a young fella.
Yeah, I know.
Young fella.
Because he looks like a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, young Timu Tai.
Yeah.
and he's there by himself, right? At the 250K this year, and I think at multiple other ones. I think sometimes his dad might have been there for a day or two,
and stuff. Yeah.
But a young guy like that, he did not finish very strong at the 250. But he came out swinging, and he's wheeling that door car, and he came in number 5 with a mathematical chance at the championship this weekend. And I don't know how well people know him out there. On that side of the country, but to me, it was like, yo, this kid's making a statement that like he can hang, you know. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with Dylan.
Before I give mine, I like you said, Adam was another name we had listed here. And then Brian Milam, that was another one that we had listed here, man. He showed up, won the gold card.
And it got, so the goal, I wanted to point out the gold card thing. I've raced around Brian for many years. He's an NHRA racer, even dabbled with super quick stuff. We raced together and can make good runs with the best of them, but like probably isn't going to go to the highest stage of bracket racing and spend the money to go all year. But we, with the gold card thing, he had the opportunity, went to all 5 races. And held his own across the board all year long.
Made a lot
top
of
25 coming in. I don't know where he finished when at the end.
He's still there, I believe. Yeah.
Coming into the 250, he's in the top 25.
Yeah, agreed. I just thought that was really cool too. But I'm also gonna say Dylan, man. I just the beginning of the year for Dylan, like he was really putting it together, had a lot of opportunities. Didn't win a race, didn't get in the finals, but he like was doing it. He was our first MVP. Because those first 2 races, the shootout and the drag, like all that stuff, he was putting it together, and I really thought he did. But like you said, man, that whole group of them, there's those Hendersonville kids. It's him, Joseph Steele, Blake Fuquay, all those guys came.
The next, first we talk about Nashville racers, right? It's like a staple of baddest
like
dudes
all second gen or
car,
third gen
here
guys.
They come,
yeah, exactly. So it was cool, man. But yeah, Dylan and Isaac were my 2 underrated racers of the year. I really enjoyed that. All right, last question here. And again, we appreciate all you guys hanging out. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. We appreciate you. The episode, if you missed some of it, it'll be live, obviously, on Apple and Spotify tomorrow. You can watch us always here on YouTube. But last question of the day, race of the year. Holistically, the race, like so all of the 5. What is your race of the year? Troy, being your first year with us, you've been to all 5 now. You are... Listen, brother, we are a family at this point, right? You know what I mean? But
tell you something, brother.
What's your race of the year?
My favorite race was probably not the best race, but it was my favorite, and it was St. Louis.
Okay.
It hit me right by the time I got to all the rest of them. I'd been to 1.
Yeah,
right? And then
sure.
I'd been to 2, and then I'd been to 3. We talked at St. Louis, and you were like, what do you think? And like I said before, I've been watching TB for years, and I'm like, man, that looks like a good time. So I had some expectations of what it should feel like based on what it looked like.
Yeah, me and you talked about this too.
And it felt like it looked and it lived up to the expectations. And we had that wild storm, which led to most of the time the racer appreciation party. We don't get to go hang out at that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's happening while we're in the tower.
Especially with the bar and everything else. Like, I mean, it's a great time. Yeah. At 6 p.m., I told you, like, if this rains out, we're completely cooked because this is going to get wild.
Yeah.
And it did. And it was cool. And like,
ton of camaraderie.
A bunch of people. Yeah. Like it set the tone for kind of the TB, the larger TB family, right? The racers, the people that are following, like it set the tone because we were all there at 6:30.
Yep, for sure.
Till whenever it was that we were done,
for
you know. And Dylan fired up a practice tree race that turned into this huge hit. We all had a good time. They got that sweet venue, that little bar there at St. Louis. So that was my favorite race.
Yeah.
The best race is probably you'll probably get to it, but that was my favorite.
I love it. Tyler, what about you, man?
Troy brought up a good point about the party. Like, and Mikey Bluefield is the first one to tell me that I'm being a borehole and going home and going to bed and all this shit. But like, we do go out and like, maybe not throughout the race, right? Because we're focused on the product. But when it's time to have a good time, boys, me and Brian can have a good time with you. You know, like our team can listen. Every TP promotion staff member was at the bar with us at St. Louis. Okay. Like, it ain't like half of them went home. Okay.
Right,
every one of them. They might have stayed an hour. They might have stayed 5 hours, but like every one of us is there. And that's just, we're racers. Like, if we're not racing, we're gonna have a good time. But for me, you know, I do want to put an asterisk next to Troy's opinion because he didn't get to experience the 100K in full effect.
Sure, a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a blast at the 100, man.
Right, but
I mean, we know this.
When there's a mechanical bull out there and we're running a $100,000 final, and then at 4 a.m. they're still riding the bull, like I want you to experience that before you know really decide. But for me, it was Columbus. We've been in the Ohio market. Obviously you're from Columbus. I have a ton of friends in Ohio. The Ohio market. Ohio is the most NHRA licensed, most NHRA members in any state in the country. It's just jam-packed full of racers. And just an event that, like, coming into this year, I've told you, I think I've made it very clear that the last couple of years for me have been not the most fun.
Yeah.
Just wasn't enjoying it as much, didn't have that feeling that I cared as much. Brian was really having to pick up the slack of me and how I felt about it. And then Columbus, St. Louis, I definitely this whole year felt different, but St. Louis, like, you're going back to a place, right?
Yeah.
Columbus was just a fresh start. Everything turned for me. We had Gleghorn back a little bit, so that was really cool. And then it just everything felt like for me it came together, and it felt like what we were doing was what I wanted to be doing, and it really changed my outlook on the entire season and the entire business and what we're doing.
Yep.
And the race, it was also our most attended race.
That's what I was going to say.
I really care about that, but like it was. So, I had a really great time at Columbus. And, that goes back to the IHRA thing. I could tell you there's one person that was involved with that deal that's technically not involved with that deal that helped us at Columbus, that high up on my list of people to deal with. So,
yeah, I'm going to also say that Columbus, I really felt like,
we proved a point, right? Everybody flipped their lid 2 weeks before.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like, we were not trying to burn I've said this to everybody. We weren't trying to burn a bridge with Derek. We've known Derek I've known Derek since he was a kid. Like, and I felt like we definitely buried him, right? And people were, we got feedback about it. Huh?
I do have a different opinion on that, but that's
okay. So I'll just say from my point of it, right? Like, but my point to the whole thing was like, hey, we're getting ready to race for $200 and some $1,000. Like, we don't really have much of a choice other than to buck up, right?
Well, yeah, y'all chill out, sit down, watch this.
Right.
We're about to prove you all what we.
Not only that, but the racers really proved it. Like, came out and it was stellar. The racing was great. Like, it was the whole thing went to.
And the winners, right? I mean, Mikey, Matty, Zach Fulcher, and then you finish it off with Sturgill and Ellison in the final. Like, all the moments were right.
Didn't Zach Smith win the dragster too?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
so Zach wins another dragster. My boy Mikey.
Yeah, Maddie, double barrel Cheryl. Yeah,
double barrel Cheryl. That's
Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, that's the one I missed. I should have put. I just remembered it right now. But I think Columbus was just a really crucial. I think it set the tone, right? And we were really trying. The crazy thing is we've had weather at every single event this year.
Yeah,
and that the only one we didn't finish
was yesterday.
Like, pretty good, man, for 15 or 14, technically. No, 19, 20 races, I guess. Because there's 4, so it'd be 19 because there's only 2 at St. Louis. So 19 races, we didn't finish 1. And Columbus, I just felt like really, St. Louis always sets the tone. We love St. Louis. That is top-tier facility, top-tier team there, the things we do and all, just overall, like I said, I think Columbus was really good. I'm just happy that it all happened. I do want to mention one thing. We missed Randy and Weston. Those were the best catchphrases of the year. We're making astronauts, banging, number 2 special.
Yeah, number 2. And then Troy does the whole Underwood thing.
Yep.
And the part that's not in the clip that should be is the radio where he goes, I think he was having a meeting with Buzz Aldrin up there. Like, cool, calm, and collected, as everybody else is like, whoa. And he was meeting Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, we really did miss you, Randy and Weston. Don't want to forget you guys as well, man. You guys are a huge part of the year. But, yeah, man, we did it. We've been talking for 2 hours. I appreciate it. We could talk all night, but anything else you guys want to say? Troy, I'll start with you. Anything else you want to leave the folks with tonight?
No, man. Just it was the time of my life. It was an opportunity of a lifetime. So I'm pumped. It was cool to see everybody out, man. The SLE team really impressed me this year. Like those
They were
guys
awesome,
were
man.
committed, right? Like
Yeah, they
you
were
talk
amazing.
about some people putting their trust in the brand.
Yep.
Like that team was like, yo, we're riding with TB this year, and we're gonna be at every one of them, and we're gonna bang
Huge,
every
massive.
single weekend. You know,
Yep.
and they did, and they had a lot of success. They helped create a lot of the moments, and so that was really cool to see. There's lots of other big teams, but you expect them to be there, right? Like,
Yep.
and these guys just, for me, like, I don't know any of these guys.
Right.
I know them all now, and
Yeah.
they were there every single time, like clockwork.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool. Shout out to my mom out there in the chat bleachers.
I just saw Darlene. Thank you for listening.
No, man, it was a good time. Top shelf, good times all
love
season
it.
long, man. I can't wait to do it again.
Tebow, what about you, man? Anything you want to say?
I'm bad about, even when I win races, like by Tuesday, dream's over. They forgot what you did. It's time to go do it again. And I'm kind of making that turn as we're doing the show. This is my last chance to, talk about how good I feel like we did.
Yep.
And after this, it's back to work. So
Yeah.
I'm just pumped to swing at it again in 2027. Brian and I think him having to ride home with me today was great. Him and I got to talk about a lot of it.
Good.
Really proud of what we did this year, and thank you to each and every racer that came in the gates. You guys spend a lot of money. I couldn't do it, to do this. So we appreciate each and every one that did, and keep Race TV Promotions notifications on, or however that works with social media. I don't know.
That's right. Hit that
It's
like
about
and
to get
subscribe
wild.
button on their stuff too.
Yeah, about to get wild.
I will just say this. Don't forget to visit RaceDerbyCity.com right now. The TB Promotions members only club powered by UltraTech Race Fab. The 2026 UltraTech Race Fab Dragster powered by Scoggin Dickey Performance Center Race Shop. Someone's going to take it home September. We are drawing for a brand new turnkey dragster, 1 of 1, 436 at 159 miles an hour. Often imitated, never duplicated. UltraTech Race Fab. So join now. $100 gets you in. You get a t-shirt. You get 10 entries to a potential turnkey race car. Can't be done anywhere else. We've given away 50 grand prizes all over the country. And we can't wait to give away a brand new race car. Shout out to John Parks. Shout out to Scoggin Dickey Performance Center. All of those partners. Holly, Mark Williams, everybody, every single person. There's so many videos out there, right? Everybody that's been a part of that.
Join now.
Exactly.
Bro, like a switch, flipping the switch. That reminded me of another Steveism. Because sometimes when he misses them, but like he just this ad lib.
Yeah.
Scoggin Dickey Parts and Automotive Centers.
No, yesterday was the best one. Roblox online drag racing. I was like, my guy.
He did it all year. Couldn't get it. Could not get it.
If you're looking for a company name, call Steve Pointer tomorrow. If you're like on the edge and you're like, hey, my last name's Williams and we do detailing, he will give you a name. It might not be the one you want to use, but it'll
won't
get you.
be Williams Detailing.
Figure it out.
No, incredible, man. So again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate all of y'all hanging out with us tonight here live on the BE00TAKE00 Show. Seriously, visit RaceDerbyCity.com and join the TB Promotions Members Only Club. It's really, really, really cool thing. I didn't want to overstress it because I feel like I do it all the time on TV, right? I'm talking about it, but it is really, really cool, and we're excited. Join us, Tyler. I don't know about next week. Next week, Tyler will potentially be in Brainerd, so we're gonna do it live from the road. Continue to watch Bracket Breakdown. Watch driver man, go make sure you support Walt Walker. He's always here. Make sure you support him and Bobby Fazio. Drag racing. Let me tell you something. We might have been talking bad about the IHRA and all that stuff, but we're on the up, baby. Drag racing is as good as it's ever been potentially, right?
Yeah.
Like especially where we're at. So thank you guys for watching us. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Follow us.